They say credit belongs to the man in the arena who spends himself in a worthy cause. The glory is reserved for the few who, no matter what, answer the call to enter the arena. It echoes out, reverberating across the globe. It only acts to reach the bold, never the timid. The call delivers victory to the deserving and rewards the devoted. For when your time comes, there is only one option. Enter the arena. Fight for the call.
Hello and welcome to the CDL HQ presented by USAA, and welcome to the first major of the 2021 season. Over the next 5 days, we will bring you 16 matches, and I can promise you something, we will be crowning a winner. Here, my friends, is the competition's bracket. I don't want you to wait to see what we've got in store for you today, because in our opening match today, Toronto Ultra are going to face off against the Royal Ravens, and the winner will move on to face an eager Minnesota Røkkr. In match 2 today, the Seattle Surge take on the Florida Mutineers, with the winner of this game moving on to face the not to be slept on Paris Legion. So big stuff happening today, our first bracket of our season. I am beyond hyped for this to get going, and I'll tell you what, I've missed this desk. It feels so good to be back. And not only this, in this gorgeous virtual set with downtown LA behind us, and more importantly, two of my favorite people who are right next to me. I got Study and I got Nameless. Gents, it's so good to have you joining me once again. All feels right in the world for me anyway. But tell you what, we're going to get straight to business because we have a lot to talk about before we get into this first game. So I need to talk to you first, Study, because been quite a disappointing start for both Ultra and the London Royal Ravens this season, and it's our first game we're going to be seeing. So I want to know from you, what will decide the winner of this game?
Oh, well, with both these teams so far throughout the entire season, they're 1-9 combined. So between these two teams, I would want these guys to go back and do their homework on the opposite team, but not only that, focus on their own gameplay as well. But if you're the Ultra, everything is up today. A player from the London Royal Ravens is getting subbed out in Zed, so all you have to do is just be your game. So I'm expecting Ultra to come out and play really well, but who knows? Zed might be Superman today, so who knows?
We've seen it before. To add on to your point, though, I think this series really comes down to the search and destroy. Royal Ravens have been absolutely abysmal when it comes to search. They're 0-7. That's as bad as it gets. You got to put it together today. And obviously, with Alex subbing out, unfortunately, they have to bring in Zed as a substitute last minute. Maybe he can give them a new look when it comes to search and destroy. But it's really going to come down to that, because I think Toronto has the edge in nearly every single game mode. I think they'll end up taking it. But you never know, man. If Zed comes in with the fire, he can bring the heat and maybe cause an upset.
100%. I mean, I think it would be nice to get a number on the board for the Ravens at this point. They get up to there. They get up to that point. They just can't quite get the dub across the line. So we'll see if they can do that today. But I tell you what, I've got a bone to pick with the two of you, because I have been listening despite not being on the desk. And you two are always head to head about your pick'ems, yeah? You're starting fires where fires don't need to be had. But I tell you what, I'm bringing the heat to the broadcast today because I'm calling both of you out. Okay. There's no hiding anymore, gents. There's no rivalries happening behind the scenes. We're bringing it on camera. And I want to know your pick'ems through all of this week. And we're going to be seeing who's right and wrong once and for all. So I've got to ask, to start with, I need Nameless, your pick'ems for this first match. Who wins this, Ultra or Royal Ravens?
I'm going to go with Ultra. Like I said, I think they just have the advantage when it comes to all the game modes. That last-minute substitution, you're asking a lot of the Ravens to come in and win this series. So I think this is an easy prediction, Ultra 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah, I'm going to follow up with Nameless. I'm going to go Ultra as well. I know that the London Royal Ravens are bringing a new player in Zed. Hopefully, he's this spark that this team needs to potentially get their first win, but I don't think that they have enough firepower to match Ultra, so I'm going to go Ultra.
Okay, I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, second game that we've got on the cards, gents. Mutineers versus Surge. Surge have shown signs of life as they did take Thieves to a game 5. And they do have a talented roster on paper, of course, but improvements need to be made in a game type, that is for sure. But who is your pick out of these two, Nameless?
I'm going with Mutineers 100%. I think they've showed a lot more potential. Surge are 0-5 in control. I mean, that's a guaranteed loss in every series. That's their constant, right? So I think they lose that there. And then Mutineers, I think they've just fared better in hardpoint. I've seen them go down to the wire versus some of our better teams in the league. And Search and Destroy Awakening's been lighting it up. I mean, he's like top 3 in overall KD there. So I think that Mutineers will take this one, maybe 3-2 if it goes all the way to 5, 3-1 possibly. We'll see.
Okay, and then to follow up what Nameless just said, I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go Surge, man. On the side of Mutineers, we've seen Skies. He's really been stepping up these last 2 days, but I feel like between Octane and Gunless is going to be too much for Skies and Awakening in this series. I'm going to go Surge 3-1.
Fantastic stuff. I'll tell you what, gents, real quick though, I need to get the ultimate pick'ems. Nameless, who's winning this entire major?
I was hoping you didn't ask me this. This is such a tough question. There's so many good teams. Like, I'm looking across the board, I'm just like, how do I pick, one outright winner? But I'm going to go with the safe answer, Dallas Empire. We saw them get tested throughout the week. They had 3 Game 5s, and they finally go to that last match where they bounce back against the LA Thieves and take that victory in a 3-0 fashion. So just incredible work, and I think they'll take the major.
Yeah, and for me, I'm going to go Atlanta FaZe. I feel like they're the best team in the entire season so far, undefeated on our first week of matches, and I feel like every single time that they play, their teamwork just develops even more and more regardless of the game mode. So I'm going to go Atlanta.
I'll tell you what though, gents, I'll join in. I'm going to bring a new big dog to town out of those two. I'm bringing OpTic Gaming onto the field. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to seal the deal this major. I've got green everywhere in this room. It's speaking to me. So if that's not fate, I don't know what is. But I tell you what, guys, at home, I want you to get involved too. I hope you guys have put your pick'ems in for this major, because it's too little or too late. We need you to submit these. It's very important because we'll be updating them all weekend long. And don't forget to play all season long. Make your match predictions each day by 12 p.m. Pacific. And if you guys are right, collect your points and admire yourself on the top of the leaderboard. Awesome prizes are available all season long for the biggest winners. So don't forget to get your picks in. I've made the mistake twice now and I'm paying for it every single day for the rest of my life. You don't want to be in the same position as me, I'm telling you. But I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to head to a quick break. But when we come back, we do have wonderful Lando, joined by our lovely Studdy in your ears as we take on the first match of the first major of the season. Someone is going home this game. You don't want to miss it.
The Call of Duty League is presented by Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The US Army, what's your warrior?
Welcome everybody to the Stage 1 CDL Major, as it is going to be a great start to the day. Toronto Ultra taking on the London Royal Ravens. Let's have a great day, everybody. It's going to be an awesome time. Myself, Lando, alongside Studdy, guide you guys through the action. What's that? A great time on the desk. Now we're entering into the casting booth. How are we feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I just can't wait to kick off our first match of the entire first major. It's going to be an insane match. Obviously, there's a substitute player coming in from the London Royal Ravens, but for the Ultra, you need to win this series, and you need to come out dominant to at least be able to push forward throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of pressure on this match in particular. We talk about top 12. We talk about, obviously, going home. One team is going to be going home after this. And let's go take a look at our Astro Social soundboard. Take a look at this one from the Royal Ravens. I woke up to this news personally. Zed pretty much being brought into the starting roster. We wish, obviously, the very best to Alex, as he's going to be traveling home for some family troubles, but obviously, hey, social media, happy to have him here. What we see a few of them saying Zed and Dylan are obviously going to be back, which is going to be scary. Time for Zach to fry. The Alpha has returned. A lot of people are super hyped to see Zed kind of come into this team. Obviously, he's got a history with these guys. And really just in general, I'm excited to see him play. I know he's obviously been playing over in North American, the Challengers Elite, things of that nature. We saw him last year with the Paris Legion. It's always rough, right, when we talk about roster changes and whatnot, but it's going to be fun to see Zed today, and obviously repping the Royal Ravens for the first time. Well, we talked about London a decent amount to start things off. Let's go ahead and get well acquainted. Let's go ahead and meet our London Royal Ravens.
Once he gets up top, and frankly, he has no intention of slowing down. Alex, though, with the angles once again. The Ravens wins a big one from across the pond.
Maybe we're back, possibly. Are we here?
Yes, you are.
We're
yes,
here now.
You are.
I apologize. I may have hit the mute button. But regardless, Study, again, Royal Ravens, a new look team. Excited to see these guys today. Obviously, Zed and Parasite joining. Kind of in the middle of the season. Some crazy moves for London throughout stage 1, man.
Yeah, man, and I'm just looking forward to that Search and Destroy. They're currently 0-7. Hopefully, Zed can become the superhuman player that he is. Don't forget, you're also not only getting Zed, but you're getting Zed's mom as well. So this is going to be a crazy duo for this match right here. I just can't wait.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun to kind of see, a few teammates back together. We talked about kind of Zed's history with guys like Shawnee, obviously his history with, a number of different players, guys like Dylan as well. But we've been talking a lot about the Royal Ravens. Let's go and meet their counterparts. Put your hands together for the Toronto Ultra.
Yeah. I'ma get right in my bag. Why you gonna try to get mad? Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'ma zip right past. Drip all on my swag. Why you trying to size me up? You don't wanna try your luck. Hot as a stove, what did you know? Burn like coal, yeah, you know I go. Way too hot, yeah, really too cold. I'ma keep going till I hit my goals. Better get back when I'm in my zone. Do it for the ones that I know back home. Did it myself, they ain't put me on. Don't you call back if you hear that tone. Love the level.
And that is your Toronto Ultra. Obviously, if you're talking about last season, same group. Unlike the London Royal Ravens, a lot of changes in their camp. For Toronto Ultra, it's not really been that way. What they lose Classic coming into the year. And I gotta say, kind of a surprising result really throughout stage 1 Study. Obviously, they go 1-4 on currently a 4-game losing streak. There's been some bright spots for this team, but recent losses to Paris, recent losses to the Guerrillas as well have kind of made this team a little bit of a shocker, I'd say.
Yeah, man, it definitely is a shocker because when we saw this team from the beginning, they were just really good at just their teamwork in general when it came to that hard point and that Search and Destroy game mode. Now, the only thing about this team is going to be that control. They're currently 1-4 on the season. They're not clicking there, but hopefully in this series, since the London Royal Ravens do have a sub, they'll be able to pick it up in that category.
Let's go and take a look at our keys to victory, game field keys to victory here first for the Toronto Ultra. Really for them, need to win an opening hardpoint. They also have to clean up that control. as we've alluded to it, control has not really been the greatest for them. And along with that, also exploit the Ravens roster change and be prepared for different looks. And that's kind of one of the big things we have to keep in mind. Obviously, Study, at the top of the show, you're talking about how both these teams kind of have to do your homework. It's kind of rough for the Ultra, I would say. And that's kind of one of the only things it's really rough about, kind of considering things. But you don't really know what you're going to get out of the Ravens today. Obviously, bringing in a new player. Teams are still trying to adapt to what Parasite obviously brings to the team as well. But still, it's going to be fun. Game field keys to victory now for London. Study, walk me through them.
Yeah, so you got to win a search and destroy. Like I said, they're 0-7 on the season. Hopefully, Zed is that player that's able to change that. Zed needs to be that spark for this team. Like I said, not a single win on the entire season. They need something, and hopefully Zed is that player. And just continue to play around Shiny and Hardpoint. So far, he's their best Hardpoint player overall with a 1.1 KD. But the best thing about it is the very first map is going to be Garrison, which is his best map overall. Versus Dallas, he had a 1.57. So if you're able to play around him with a player like Zed, with the speed of Dylan as well, it should be great on that first map.
Yeah, obviously the hardpoints are going to be important, and actually we'll go and pull up our maps and modes just to kind of get a reference. Obviously Garrison, Hardpoint, and S&D to start things off. We got Raid Control and some good old Moscows toward the tail end. Both these teams have kind of seen a lot of those Game 4s, quite a few Game 5s with pretty much all the chips on the table today. You'd expect us to have a pretty good series, but again, for the Ravens, it's rough, right, Study? I mean, you have a new player coming in. Obviously, in your competitive history, what is it like to kind of have a player join the roster? I mean, if you're London, are you just hoping to put up a good performance? I mean, what's kind of the atmosphere you think for the London camp right now coming into what is a very big match for them?
Well, it's all excitement, man. There's a totally different vibe, totally different feeling to what this team's going to be able to bring with the swap out of Zed to Alex. Oh, so that's going to be huge, man. Hopefully, we're going into this first hardpoint. Communicating is a lot stronger. Pressure on hardpoints is a lot better. And a lot more nuisance plays out of Zed. This is why I like him as a submachine gun, because he can really be annoying with that submachine gun when he's playing really well. So I'm looking forward to this first hardpoint.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hardpoint Garrison to kick things off. Our Stage 1 Major is about to begin. Again, an elimination match. Winner of this game progresses on to face off against the Røkkr in elimination round 2. And I think we might have had a little bit of a draw, a little bit of a reset. No worries. We'll get things back in order. I think one player did not actually have game sound, which is going to be important. Hey, we want to make sure that everybody is up to speed. We want to make sure obviously everybody is going to be the right frame of mind. You get no game sound, it can make things rough from time to time. I know Ninja is a good perk, but hey, you definitely want to have that, especially coming into this game. Which again, we have to talk about it, Study. I mean, this particular series is huge for both of these teams. Again, we talked about the Toronto Ultra. In a 4-game losing streak, a lot of people have talked about this team, raved about them during the offseason. And then for the Ravens, right? You're currently 0-5. You've yet to win a search and destroy. You have roster changes really coming at you from every single direction. I mean, and I know Nameless had talked about this, I think it was maybe at the end of last week. This very well could be a roster change type of series where you see a roster not really perform well to start. You finish top 12, you get 0 cash. I mean, there's a lot of implications that are going to be coming from this result.
Oh, definitely, man. With both these teams sitting where they are in the season, they want to change that quickly. So going into this first match, obviously it's going to be an elimination match. So this is going to be huge on both sides. No one wants to go home on day one, especially the first time in the major. So I'm expecting both of these teams to just come out, lay it all out on the table. But obviously, I'm going to be a little bit more favored towards Ultra because they are just a complete team, no roster changes or anything like that. All they have to do is just study their own gameplay and fix their adjustments. And when you're talking about 2 players, I'm looking at Kami and Kleenex. This sub-duo can be really deadly. They're clicking. So hopefully in this first map, they can show it.
Yeah, especially in Hardpoint. I mean, when Ultra has seen success, it has kind of come in spades, right? In terms of Game 1 Hardpoints. Every time they've won a Game 1 Hardpoint, they've also gone on to win the Game 4 Hardpoint. Kleenex, Kami, without a doubt, 2 guys to be looking out for. But again, for the Ravens, right? You have Zed kind of stepping into this position. In terms of the SMG side of things, it's not totally drastic change in regards to having Alex, now having Zed. I mean, what do you kind of expect out of this guy coming into this match, given that this is his first series? Obviously, he's been playing in the Challengers Elite. It's not as if he's just been kind of hanging out, but, I mean, do you think he can really be that spark for London today?
Yeah, I think he definitely can, man. He has a lot of history with a lot of these players on this roster, and just the way that he plays. He's such a selfless submachine gun kind of player. He's going to do whatever the team needs him to do, and so far, if he's able to do that in this map, number 1, they should be fine. He's able to hit vent right there. Now he's trying to play his life, but that's going to be 4 down for the Ravens right off the rip.
Yeah, 4 down for the Ravens, and with that preferred spawn, you're going to see Toronto instantly want to focus their attention inside of green. Some good early seconds, and like I said, they're already set up for P2. London, they've got to make someone of a dent here early. And you talked about it, Shawnee, without a doubt, the guy to watch. He's been playing great in hardpoint, specifically on Garrison. Kind of been one of the bright spots for Ravens, despite what has been a pretty lackluster stage 1. Excited to see what he can do, as the team is going to need to kind of, reference together, start to kind of group up and start to challenge over here at P2, because despite not having the rotation, the Ultra set up quite well.
Yeah, the Ultra was set up right and early for that P2. They had that number 3 player at Methods sitting at this tank the entire time, with 40 seconds basically remaining on P1. So they had a couple players from the London Royal Ravens to spawn out, but here comes Dylan trying to play a play from top green, able to take down one. But now the Ravens do have the setup now, so it's going to force all of Ultra to try to push through bricks. Shawnee's able to open up with a kill. Big kill from Kleenex, able to get 2, trying to get the 3rd. Able to get 3. That's going to be 4 down for the Ravens. All spawning back tank. Best case scenario right now for the Ultra.
Great start coming in from Kleenex. Hardpoint was that, without a doubt, has been one of his best modes. That's now going to be a 5 spree. Ultra could not be happier with the start that they have been given. Some good mid-fights, as Toronto looked to pretty much just keep them in the very back of their spawn, and Kleenex is not stopping. But last time we got to kind of check in with him, his kind of bright start was at Champs and Black Ops 4. He had a bright spot, and now here at the Major, he is lighting it up early for Toronto as the race is on. Now toward generators. Bance is going to be here. Dylan with 1. Kleenex again for the trade. Now sitting on the 8 spree, so it wasn't just P1 dominated, it was P2. And now in the rotation, the P3, Toronto yet again have it. If we don't see London really start to pick things up, this could start to get out of hand even more. A 65-point advantage, and it is not looking necessarily dropped considering Kleenex's performance. Can he make it 9? He will. Not stopping. Toronto will not let up. The Ravens now spawning back toward, green again. And here comes Kleenex, ends the streak, but my goodness, the presence has been felt early. This is going to be a 100-point advantage coming into this next hardpoint. And Study, this is not at all what you want if you're the Ravens. We talked about this opening hardpoint, how important it was for them. Looking at that scoreboard alone is going to bring you down a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely is, man, especially when you're not winning your rotations. It came down to a 2v2 off the rotation towards that P3. Dylan and Parasite opened up a 2, but Kleenex, as soon as he got that kill, his teammates spawned right on top of him in the garage, and they were able to hold that time. Now you'll see that they were able to flip them once again towards the back of that P3, so Ultra is going to open up with the beginning time. But so far, Ultra are playing this beautifully. Look at the side of London Royal Ravens. Wow. 2 players at 3 and 11. This is not exactly how you want to start the Major, and they need to have an answer quick before this game gets out of hand.
Yeah, and really, if you're looking at the Ultra, and obviously given the score right now, the guys who you really want to see perform are performing. The guys for the Ravens that you really need to see perform just simply aren't, right? Parasite, Dylan, not a great situation for them. I think, with the loss of somebody like Alex, I think you're primarily looking at Dylan to kind of pick up in this lane, to kind of be that SMG, as he's kind of been labeled, but just not a fun map to start things off. 119 to 26. Thankfully for the Ravens, they'll get a moment to breathe. And Parasite pushing on as we'll go ahead and set up now for P5. Toronto currently in a good spot as they look to set up shop, set up camp with those trophies primarily. You got position over at green. Dylan, he's pretty much the farthest pushed up player by himself. He'll be able to drop 1. Bance is going to be there on the trade. 15 and 5 start for Bance as he'll get cut down. My goodness, it just only continues. London getting a few bright spots, but with Kleenex making the transitional plays, the nice plays over in the back flank, it's only making London's lives that much more difficult.
Yeah, man, Ultra just playing this beautifully. They're spawning all the players from the London Royal Ravens towards back tank. 3 are going to go down once again. They know exactly what they need to do. They're also going to be set up for the second rotation towards P1, so they have a 106-point lead right now. If you are the Ravens, it all starts with the slaying. You need to step up in the kills department if you want to start getting some phenomenal holds, but as of right now, Ultra is starting off hot, really hot on this map number 1.
This is what you want if you're a Toronto Ultra fan, doing what they need to in the opening hardpoint. Let's go ahead and listen to the comms now for the Toronto Ultra with our Astro Gaming listening.
Sean's holding Venom.
Yeah,
Sean's
connector, Sean, one shot.
I'm behind him.
Nice, good shit.
And he's hopped in.
Go, yes.
Still green here.
I hit him.
Wait,
Cam.
Vent dead on time. He's catch up coming.
Sean flat, didn't hit him. One shot.
Catch up dead.
Upstairs.
Nice,
One shot, man. One shot.
Yeah, that's fine. We're fine.
Cat steps.
You should double top green, and then we can grab left.
Double top green.
You need to play for that guy.
Okay, where is he?
I got called. Hold green. Hold green.
Sure.
We spawned out.
I get that.
And I still
We got
streaks.
streaks.
Yeah, let's get this time. We got streaks for new.
I'm still breaks.
On time.
I have streaks.
Closer hop.
In
Wait,
breaks.
2
Sean,
seconds.
absolute
Wait.
Just challenge. Get these guys
Play him
off.
now.
He's absolute
I
shot.
got him.
I spawned in. They're
It
spawning
is
out.
okay. Yeah, they're gonna
Really,
spawn
I'm
long.
playing
They're gonna
green.
be long.
He's connected. One's connected. Can you?
They're gonna be towards long. Just go.
Yeah, Zach and break.
Help me.
I don't see him here.
Let's see this guy on new. Push me out.
Got him.
One shot.
Got
Dylan's
him.
in the back. Back break still in.
I
Break,
put
play
trophy
time.
I put trophy on time.
Mid box, bro.
Weak.
I'll kill that. 2 in breaks. 2 in breaks. 2 in breaks.
Stay
2 in
alive,
breaks.
stay alive. I have your right push. I have right.
Full
You need to
flash.
get time.
Post dead.
I'm sliding out.
I'm playing. Actually, no, I'm blocking.
Inner
I'll challenge him for you.
Out on me.
Out.
I'll hold pinch.
I'll
Just
check
keep
in.
stacking.
I'm pre-minute it.
One shot, Sean. Two outer.
Pinch, Zach.
Stop pre-minute. Stop pre-minute outer.
Oh,
Listen, stack.
Outer. Top 2 outer.
Sonny, what'd you make of the comms, my man, given the advantage that Ultra have?
I love the calm, cool, collected comms out of Ultra, man. You could just tell they said, we have streaks, we can continue to hit this P1, potentially break the P2. But the good thing is, they get about 20 to 30 seconds on that P2 hardpoint, so they don't even need to use them. They're also going to be set up for this P3 with 2 sets of streaks onto CleanX, but the Ravens, they're able to answer back in this game, man. They just need to be able to win this rotation fight. They're going to have 2 trying to push out the backside, but Cammy able to put down a couple shots. Shawnee there for the trade, but Cammy gonna do all he can to take down Dylan as well. And that's gonna be fully set up for the Ultra to get some time on this P3 hardpoint.
Young guns from Ultra continuing to cause problems. That's CleanX up close. Cammy from the back lines as Dylan tries to hop on in, but it's gonna be Chef Tony wiping things away, clearing things out of the kitchen. And now London, pretty much with 30 seconds left, it's somewhat desperation, right? You have to try to get in the hill. You have to try to make things interesting because given that score, it's first to 250. Ultra primed and ready to make it there in, I don't want to say record time, but in a great pace. Still able to drop one. Shawnee now from the flank has to try to make something happen. He ends up getting taken down as well. And with 8 seconds left, Ultra, they're going to reach over 200. Going to be in a great situation right now. CleanX. Toby, 29 and 16. Toby is twisted, man. Tell you what, in all the Ultra games, especially in Hardpoint, he has been lighting it up for them. And just continue to remember that first P2 rotation where he is going off for the roster. He is lighting it up, goes on that 10-11 spree. And then from there, the Ravens, at least at the moment, weren't able to rebound. We'll see what they've got in store now. It's really what we wipe away this past Hardpoint coming in from multiple directions. Shawnee could be in a good spot over at top green, but he just really doesn't have the players with him. I feel like a lot of these plays have kind of been one London player rushes in, another one follows up after them. Not a whole lot of team pushes, and the primary reason for that is just because of Ultra's mid-map slang.
Yeah, you could just tell. You could just tell that they have a substitute player in their roster. There's no team pushes coming out of them. It's usually solo, one by one. There's not really any teamwork on this map, number 1, so they're going to be down by about 100 points once again. Toronto only going to need 23 seconds from closing out this map, number 1. You see Bance trying to put down a couple shots into player top green. Able to take him down. That's going to be 2 down for Ravens. Dylan able to answer with 1, but look at where Parasite is spawning. He's spawning towards this dark area, so it's going to force all the players from Toronto Ultra to spawn back tank. I know we're shooting for a miracle here, but if the Ravens can hold this right here and then eventually chain it towards that P1, they can definitely get back into this game.
Yeah, still some potential. The Ravens still got a few options, but time is starting to tick away. And Ultra, they can win it here on this hardpoint, now spawning toward the opposite side of the map. So they will at least be closer, but you have to be careful. A spawn trap can be deadly. They're relying heavily on Parasite to at least try to wipe them away, get some presence so that this pinch can be a possibility. With 5 seconds left, the Ravens, they're able to break in. Johnny able to find at least 1 over at P5, and now we kind of set back toward middle. Ultra, again, with 5 seconds left, Shiny trying to make the play. He ends up getting taken down. Cleanix does as well. So a major team fight breaks through, and it's going to be the Ultra that wins it. Actually, it's going to be Cammy who drops off the hill. Can anybody from Ultra get there in time? And yes, they will. London falter in this opening hardpoint, 250 to 142. And it was pretty much cruise control off the start. And Cleanix, deserving of the best play, really broke things early from the Ravens, and they were never able to truly come back. A solid performance from Toronto out of the gates here, Study.
Yeah, Ultra come out the gates hot, man. You can just tell their guns are warmed up. Cleanix, there is an issue with that guy. He's a tissue that's unbelievable. He went on a 10 spree that map. You can just tell that they were dominating him on the rotations. You saw it right off the rip of the game. Methods went towards top green, immediately played for P2 as soon as that hill pops on that P1. So you can just tell these guys are feeling it. They're feeling good. The communication is all there. Now, if you're going to be the London Royal Ravens, currently 0-7 in Search and Destroy, this is the game mode that you need to come out and win to give you guys some confidence to continue on throughout this series.
Yeah, as much as I would love to make like a bright spot of this, it really kind of, for me at least, I know Naval said the Search and Destroy was the one that he circled. For me, I had the hardpoint kind of in bold, right? I mean, I don't really expect London and the Search and Destroy after the 0-7 performance to really put up anything. I thought the hardpoint could kind of be that for them. And then for Toronto, it's kind of been that control struggle. So again, you kind of have this situation where if the Ravens can pull off something special in this S&D, maybe you got something, but again, Cleanix, his performance, really the entire team, but obviously he lights things up. 34 and 22, nothing to sneeze at if you get the reference, but still, great early performance coming through from the Ultra. London, despite not having a single Search and Destroy victory, it's the mode that they are going to rely on, as we could be potentially looking at a nice 2-0 start for the Ultra. Oh boy, it's going to be a fun one. Into S&D right after this.
Take your Call of Duty League experience to the next level. Tune in by watching our elite competitive players and earn while you watch.
He's gonna challenge for the third, not a fourth, but what a play!
And earn rewards throughout the season. Get an upgraded viewing experience with higher bit rates and superior chat features.
It's all gonna come down to the rotation. Ultra are now in position to close this out.
How can I get all these amazing drops, you say? It takes less than 30 seconds. Simply go to youtube.com/account_sharing. Click on Connect to link your YouTube account with your Activision account. Then click Continue. You'll be asked to provide your Activision login credentials. Alternatively, you can log in with your PlayStation, Xbox, or Battle.net account. Click Sign In. Once you've signed in, you'll be asked to share your information securely with YouTube. Check the box and click Authorize. You are now connected and eligible to receive drops.
Play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, watch the league on YouTube, earn rewards, and level up. Call of Duty League 2021, fight for the call.
This year, when you watch Call of Duty League matches, you can earn in-game rewards like exclusive emblems, calling cards, weapon stickers, charms, and more. Go to CallOfDutyLeague.com to register and link your Activision and YouTube accounts so you can earn this weekend's rewards, a cash stack weapons charm, and a 30-minute double XP token. Tell you what, man, I know there's been a lot of chatter about, in-game rewards and having this. It is just so awesome to see. Definitely make sure to be doing that, folks. Also, let's take a look at our major tournament prizing structure. There's some money on the line. Actually, quite a bit on the line. $500,000 to be exact. $200,000 going to first place. And the one that we're kind of in right now, 9th through 12th. No prize at all, right? You do not perform and you are going home with nothing. Nothing at all. Actually, not a single thing. And obviously, when we talk about this, we talk about the structure, the way that everything works. It is through these CDL points, which are presented by Game Fuel. Atlanta FaZe leading things up at 50 points right now, and obviously based off of the major as well. Those points are going to be kind of shifted for the most part. And obviously our current two teams that we have facing off, Toronto Ultra with 10 in that 9th spot. The London Royal Ravens hoping to get some points on the board, right? Not a great performance for them kind of throughout the stage one. Granted, they do have some roster changes study, as we talked about it throughout the top of the show, and as we will continue to talk about it throughout the entirety of this series. Zero is out, Parasite comes in, and then we learned news last night that Alex is going to be out, and Zed is getting the call, right? He actually got the call last night. Said, I got the call, I'm playing today in the major. Definitely have to be on your toes if you're a London fan. And now we head into Search and Destroy. In London, they have yet to win a single game of Search and Destroy throughout this stage one. It's the mode that they haven't been able to rely on all stage, and it's the one that they desperately need right now in hopes that they cannot go down 2-0.
Yeah, they definitely desperately need it right now, man. 0-7. Currently lost the first map by 100 points. So I'm looking at players just overall from the London Royal Ravens to step up. You had 3 players who went negative. The only one positive on that map was Shawnee. So in this Search and Destroy, this needs to be the answer. But like that, Parasite is going to get first blooded now. The Ultra are going to have a 4v3 advantage.
4v3 advantage for Ultra. And nice early shots coming through from Methods. Thankfully for the London side, Dylan's able to come through with a nice nade. As the push into green, somewhat successful, but Dylan decides to peek, and Methods is not going to go anywhere for now. Now a 2 versus 3, and Cammy is prepared. Cammy's ready. Head with the bomb. Ian Shawnee, longtime teammates, can they come away with the clutch? We talk about it. Go down in the early hard point. Search and Destroy. These early rounds are so important for morale. Here comes push, potentially. And it's Methods yet again. That's going to be 3. Can he get the ace? And it's not going to happen for him, but it will be the round victory regardless to Ultra. And what? Kind of parking the bus for the most part. Study. Methods didn't really have to do too much movement throughout this one. Just kind of hang in the back. And that Krig definitely looking like his best friend right now.
Yeah, some great shots out of Chef Tony right there to get 3 on the very first round. I don't like the way that the Royal Ravens played that first round. They decided to push towards green. Obviously, Zed was stuck in that corner. Didn't want to push out towards that A bomb site. But I would like to see more players focus on the left side, focus towards dark, focus towards lights, going into their second offense. Try to play more aggressive towards that B bomb.
Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations, about Garrison, how it works, the ability for teams on offense. Sometimes the flexibility can be a little bit difficult to try and make it over at A. That hasn't stopped teams from trying.
Yeah.
Definitely has not. We'll see what the Ultra have in mind in regards to their very first offense. Again, Ultra, Search and Destroy, it's been good for them. But currently, 4-3. And in Game 2 S&Ds in particular, I believe that they, majority of their victories have actually come from there. I think they're 4-1. Only loss was actually versus the Guerrillas in their very last series. So, traditionally good at this point in the game. Nice early first blood coming through from Shawnee as he continues to be pretty much the only thorn in the side to Toronto. Another potential pick, as that's going to be now a 2 versus 4. Shawnee yet again, now with the headshot on the Cammy. And a good rebound here, it's looking like, for the Ravens.
Yeah, I just like the setup that they had. They were just playing for that B push. Shawnee's going to get 3 on the round with a phenomenal position out of him in lights. Parasite's able to clean up the last one, but So far, defense is holding strong. They're basically just playing for that B bomb plant. Shawnee's in a great position to watch that middle left alley push up. He was able to pick up one player out of top green, one player bottom mid, and then eventually get the last with the Semtex. Great round out of the Ravens right there. Let's see what kind of adjustments they're going to make going into their offense.
You know, so we talk about this map a lot, right? I mean, it's no secret, again, you know, the defense, the way that it kind of works in Control, the way that it works in Search and Destroy, it can be kind of difficult, right? It can be kind of difficult. I got to ask you, when we talk about Search and Destroy specifically, as we'll head into this next round, as an offensive team, when you kind of only have, you know, so many things to work with, how do you make things spicy? How do you change things up?
If you want to get spicy with it, you just send 4 top green and try to be a bully towards that A site. You know, they only have 1 player so far in the last 2 defensive rounds that is playing it, which is going to be Cammy. You have 2 players from the London Royal Ravens set up at top green. So if they decided to just trade this guy out, they should be able to take full bomb control on that. But they're slowing down on offense right now. You see the adjustments made out of Ultra. They're going to have 1 player sitting in vent, 1 player right outside the bomb on the corner, and the number 3 player in methods who's just rotating back, trying to contain all of middle map. But so far, the Ravens are just wasting a lot of time. But Dylan with the great shots onto methods. Dylan's going to go for the second shot on the bench. Or is he going to know there's going to be a third? And Dylan with 3 on the round. Here comes the B bomb plant. Cammy's going to be the last one. He's going to get taken down. Wow. Phenomenal round out of Dylan right there. All the heads-up plays, all the heads-up positioning. Knew exactly what was going on the map. Phenomenal round out of Dylan and the Ravens.
Dylan making the plays. We saw what that early kind of crawl space fight. He's able to stay alive. And really from there, if you're London, you can kind of utilize that crawl space to your advantage. You know, in that situation, hey, you know exactly where players are going to be at. You know they're below you. He finds the pick, and he instantly is able to focus on where the next few are. Again, that crawl space can be so helpful for the defense, really for both sides, to be honest with you. But in that moment, it was Dylan's awareness and map positioning that's able to give them the round. So some nice early start coming through from the Ravens as they'll now head back to defense. And again, defense has kind of been the talking point. Walk away with that offense, and now you're sitting in a much better spot. Potential 3-1 beginning for London. With that 0-7 marking, you're hoping that there could be somewhat of a difference in regards to the major, in regards to this series. And really, it's just going to kind of be these continued slow pushes. I mean, what, you got Johnny hanging out here back tank, and I mean the far back tank, tossing out the nade, just trying to get some information. Both rosters have been so slow to try to get these first bloods, and Parasite now is going to have the chance to get it. Dylan off of the barrel is able to take down another, and now it's up to Chef Tony in a 1 versus 3. Does he have anything cooked up for us? Does he have a 1v1? And it's not going to be the case. Ravens now up 3-1.
Ravens, even though they dropped first blood right there, Cammy tried to push up bricks. He was just trying to stay alive the entire time. Shawnee and eventually his teammate Parasite trapped him and was able to take him down. But Shawnee's in such a great position every single round. Just cutting off this mid-map, holding the lights from the outside. His teammates are doing really well just watching that B-bomb site, watching the lights to cross. So Shawnee is completely safe from that right side. So he's just destroying around the middle map. Ravens so far, they're showing life in this search and destroy. You know, you see Zed at 0-2, but every other player is currently on a streak. So somehow, some way, these guys are clicking it when they need to the most in the game mode that they need to the most.
Yeah, only 5 kills for Ultra up to this point. Something really needs to change. Maybe Ravens, hey, you get the chance to slow down the game a little bit. We talked about the comms, right? I mean, there's with no doubt about it. There's some history with Zed and these guys. I know Parasite obviously is more different just in regards to the regions, the way these guys have kind of come up together. I mean, Zed and Shawnee, I'm sure, are definitely been through it many times previously. Dylan, Shawnee, Zed been on reciprocity together. You get the chance to kind of slow down the game, and maybe that's where that history can kind of come in to your advantage. There's another slow start, but again, another pick for Ravens. Kleenex and Dylan very well could meet up here very shortly.
With 35 seconds remaining, Ravens know that they have to commit towards a bomb. It's looking like they're gonna have 2 players at top green. Cammy has to play his life, play the timing perfect, but here comes Kleenex. Unfortunately, he's gonna drop to Dylan. Now it's gonna be a 4v2. Toronto has to try to retake. Cammy with the great win on the Zed. Turns into a 2v3 situation. Methods, great shots. Unfortunately, he's gonna drop as well. Dylan making play after play for his team. 1v2 now left for Cammy. He's going to drop the Parasite. And so far, man, the Ravens are showing life, man. Dylan is really stepping up in this search and destroy, planting the bombs, and also getting the kills whenever he needs to, man. He's stepping up when the team needs him the most.
He is. Well, he's planting down the objective. He also is going to have streaks coming into this next one. So, without a doubt, Dylan being that player to step it up. And that's often when we talk about it in series like this, Study. When we talk about teams that just haven't had that performance, that they're kind of starting off slow in a series, somebody kind of has to be that guy just to lead the team. Not necessarily in the comms, but just in the overall gameplay. And that's what we're seeing from Dylan to start things off. Has got that artillery locked in for the remainder of this game. And if you're Ultra down 1-4, now you're back on the offense again, and just something has to click. What, Vance 0-5, 1-4 for Kleenex. Two guys that were constantly talked about in, what, Garrison, Hardpoint. Now in the S&D, just not here. This is kind of surprising. Again, Ultra have been good at Hardpoint, no doubt about it, but Search and Destroy has kind of been the one they've relied upon the most. With Control up next, which has not been their greatest, if they find themselves at a 1-1, this could be a bright spot for the Ravens. And again, these slow pushes, 48 seconds left, and a nice spread for Ultra right now as they desperately need the peak. And Dylan's going to go ahead and to call the artillery now. He wants to get that 5-1 advantage. Kleenex finds the pick. Everybody's able to get to somewhat of safe territory. There are the shots from Dylan. Shots from Dylan to try to clear him off the site. Again, 3 versus 4 right now for London. If they can hold, be big for him. Be big for him. Dylan decides to challenge from the side. He ends up getting dropped. There goes Shawnee. Parasite now in a 1 versus 4. Bomb is yet to get planted, and it will not in the end, as Ultra don't even need to punch in the digits as they stay alive and win a much-needed round.
Oh, man. And that round is kind of scary for the rest of this map, the way it's going to break down, because Dylan uses that artillery strike, gains all the information from where all the Ravens players are located. Unfortunately, nothing connects, but I would have liked to see him just save that, use their standard B setup that has worked every single defense so far. And the only thing you use the artillery for right there is if they rush out towards that A bomb site and just flood out Parasite. But unfortunately, the streaks gets used right there. Nothing happens. They ended up losing the round. He does not get that cruise missile either. So this could be the opening that the Toronto Ultra need, especially going into a defensive round.
I hate it too. I've just been called out saying Ravens, this could be their chance. Now they got the streaks. There's been some negatives, you know, against teams in streak usage, primarily in the respawns, but in S&D as well. Maybe another one we look back at and say, oh man, maybe you hold on to it, you wait just a little bit longer, and we'll save it for another day. London fans, you don't need any of that right now. We'll keep with it. 4-2 for London. Again, back on the offense. I think Zed currently 0-4, and this would be a major one for him to win. The nade post-death is not going to land. And Ultra, who have kind of struggled with first bloods, are able to start to get at least something going. And the cross utility going to be tossed out, and the bomb now being planted again from Dylan. 8-3 performance from him. So let's go ahead and see how the Ultra look to retake. A good spread for them. Presence in green, it's made known. Parasite finds that. Shawnee as well. The AR is performing, but its methods on the other end with the Krig. He'll find the pick. Vance through mid-map. He gets tagged up as well. Shawnee there for the clearance. Now it's up to Method to try and make a play, and how about that? The final bullet lands. He was prepared for the fast, aggressive rush from Dylan, and rightly so. The Krig up close. Is he going to be able to win it? He knows where Dylan is, and that's going to be a clutch. A 1 versus 2 coming in from Methods. A wonderful round from him as the Ultra now bring themselves within 1 round. The S&D, we thought it was London's. It was looking great. And now Ultra start to fire back. What a great play from Methods here, Study.
So far, man, his Crimsix shot is on point. The guy is not missing. Chef Tony must have had a chicken parm today. You can just tell he's feeling himself. Great 1v2 out of the young man. They put the game now at 3-4. That was a swing round too, man, because 5-2 is a big difference from 4-3. So Ultra have life again, man. Currently, Bance is sitting at 0-6, but Methods on a 4 spree. Can he try to work towards some streaks and have the potential to close out this map number 2 and put themselves up 2-0? But so far, the Ravens have looked pretty good on their defensives, besides the 1 round that they used that artillery strike. So this time, they're going to have 2 players go towards top green. This is going to be an adjustment right off the rip. Nade's going to come in. No hit marker onto Dylan. Trophy's going to drop. Now they have the information that the player is going to be in green, so Dylan's going to back out, get out with his life. Methods is trying to put some great shots on the Parasite, but Parasite wins the huge one-on-one onto Methods. Now it's a 4v3 for the Ultra. What can they do to try to win this round?
Methods dropped. That's kind of the guy that you wanted to keep alive. A great early pick from Parasite. Again, things start to slow down. It gets ever so close on Garrison. Ultra really just kind of playing things through lights. They know that somebody's just on the outside. Again, that green control can give you the advantage, but it can also start to expose you. Kleenex on the outside, not able to get really too much cover fire from Bance, and now to 1 versus 4. The Ravens will hold on. Despite a great sequence coming through from Toronto, London are able to hang out. And again, in these defenses, just kind of hang back, wait for the enemy to make the mistake. But I don't know about you, Study, but I think that early pick on Methods, you get that Krieg, who's kind of taking a nice look throughout the middle of the map. That's really what kind of sets the pace. 7-3 for Parasite on a 2 spree himself. And the Ravens now 1 round away from winning their first Search and Destroy in Stage 1.
1 round away indeed. Might have the potential to go 1-7 on the season. Let's see what the boys can do. It's looking like it's going to be another slow push. This time you're going to have 2 players towards top green, so they're going to take that away from Cammy once again. Dylan with the big first blood onto Kleenex, and that is the most important player. They know that Kleenex is their bomb safety towards that B-bomb site. They eliminate him. Now the B-bomb should be wide open, but Bance in a position to put a couple shots down. He's not going to drop, but Parasite with a great kill on the Cammy. Now it's Toronto Ultra left in a 2v4 situation.
2v4, now making a 1 versus 4. Methods all by himself, and the Ravens are going to clear him out, winning this Search and Destroy 6-3. Their first Search and Destroy win. Backs against the wall. They lose the hard point, and now they're looking at Search and Destroy to be the mode that they can rely on. And they finally are able to do it. They've gone down 0-2 in every single series in the stage except for their series versus Dallas. And they get the S&D victory here. And again, with the substitute, man. Again, with a sub. There is so much stacks against the Royal Ravens. And now they bring ourselves to a 1-1 scoreline. And, you know, for Ultra, again, it was kind of the situation of you win the hard point, you're looking great. Now looking into the S&Ds. Oh man, Royal Ravens, they just bought themselves a ticket possibly back in this game. I know we'll obviously be talking about control here in just a little bit, but I think it can't be understated, my friend. I think Dylan's performance, his play kind of through the middle of the map, they kind of need that player to break things open, to kind of change things up after that hard point. And that's what it was, right? Dylan making the plays, and I think he's also going to be a part of our U.S. Army tactical play, which we'll take a look at here in just a moment. But really, all round long, all game long, Dylan was making the plays, Study.
Yeah, he was, man. He's your bomb carrier, so he's going to be the player that's being aggressive, being up close and personal in those gunfights, and he was doing it all with an XM4. He slid down here, easily read both players playing in the vent, and he was doing that consistently every single offensive round, opening up with the first blood on the Kleenex every single time in that vent. Now, if you're the London Royal Ravens, you got to be feeling good. Series is tied 1-1. You're going up against the Ultra in their worst game mode of control, so we have a series on our hand, Lando. I can't wait, man.
I know, like, we were kind of in the green room talking, saying, like, you know, is this going to be a good series? What do we kind of, what do we expect in regards to what London is going to provide us with? But they answer back in the Search and Destroy. And as you said, Study, we have got ourselves a series 1-1 coming into the control. Stay with us. More COD action on the way.
Do what you can, you could try, you can't stop it. OC up, way up like a rocket. Acting up, acting out, way out of pocket. For the grind, for the hustle, I can't knock it. Do what it takes, do what you do, you could try. Yeah. I've been up, I've been stuck up in the sky. Yeah. Lonely at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye, 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 bye. I got things to do, I got bands to get. Competition up in smoke, ooh, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top 10 candidate. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, ooh, and I'm rich. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop stop it. They can't stop the kid. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. Shake the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it. Tell them move. Get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties, but a player being made. Now how you spoke to your girl, better check her phone. And do you know what she doing when you not at home? And when she tell you she alone, but she not alone. She got a lot of options, eeny, miny, mo. She gon' do what she want, ain't no stopping it all. Pour the liquor in the cup, yeah, I'm topping it off. I might take your girl, take a trip to the mall. Put the shelf in the bag, yeah, cause I'm copping it all. I'm saying, they can't stop it. They can't stop the kids. They can't stop it.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Celebrate the major by purchasing a case of Game Fuel to earn a free CDL team pack. Visit gamefuel.com/CDL for more info. Tournament audio and team listenings are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Welcome to the Call of Duty Comp Series, brought to you by Methods. That's gonna be it, I guarantee it.
Don't put him in it. Yeah, don't put him in it.
Don't give him the cloud, you know.
Ooh, game time, boys. Game time. Get the comms ready. He's one shot.
They don't put us in the comms anymore because it gets freaky in here.
Get it, you. Would anyone like a banana?
I'm good.
Alright.
How we feeling? How we feeling?
Feeling good. I'm right now.
It's nice right now. I'm usually freezing to death in here. I have it on 69 heat. I'm sweating. My hands are. I can't believe it.
Oh my god. It's gone everywhere.
What?
My hand warmer has gone everywhere. I've never seen a disaster pre-match like it.
Scraps, you good? Hey, Scraps, you good?
Yo.
I actually like you being around sometimes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, who was that?
I think it was the Astro guy.
Was he?
Was it? No, it's our ref. It's our ref.
Nah, it's a ref, yeah.
Ref's clenching his fist right now, absolutely fuming. Don't worry, I'm the same ref, don't worry.
I say the word, we'll fly and headbutt him off the stage.
Ref, say nothing if you want us to beat him up. On cam.
Alright, Reese, I need you to shoot bots and call out the entire time Warp comes.
Dead. Dude, he's so weak. Just touch him, tickle him, touch him, one shot.
Imagine they could hear us and just...
Oh, they can hear us.
I
believe the sound is perfect.
Can you please tell Huke to stop doing the English accent?
Listen, mate, I do as I please.
No, you're pissing me the off.
I'm gonna give you a big old smooch, mate.
No.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about doing it for this one. Okay. After we just talked about it.
Right.
It's so tempting.
I mean, calm your horses. I mean, I know you want to fist bump me. All good.
It's all Alex's fault, by the way.
Yeah, fuck you, Alex.
What?
Hey, you and your camera. You're too good looking for the cam.
Hey, we're starting.
Game is starting.
Oh my god. I called it.
Let's go.
Loony.
That was our comms check powered by Astro. Oh boy, I tell you what, man, that's it's always fun. It's always fun to see the way the teams are obviously communicating in between games, prior to games. It's always a treat. I tell you what, folks. Obviously now, as we kind of take a look at our current series, heading into raid control at a 1-1 score line. Garrison S&D, it was Dylan's playground for the most part. Has a great performance. He kind of leads the team. And now coming into the control study, this is where things kind of get interesting. You know, we were talking, could the London Royal Ravens come out strong in the opening hardpoint just because Search and Destroy hasn't been great? They don't play well in the hardpoint. They get their first Search and Destroy victory. And now we're coming into control where Toronto are 1-3 on raid specifically, 1-4 on the season. And granted, you know, you do have a substitute coming in, but I think for London, they have, this has kind of been their better mode of the three, and Toronto, it's their worst right now. So this very well could be the opportunity for London to maybe take the lead here. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too, man. The way that the Ravens just came out and won their first Search and Destroy of the entire season, you got to be feeling really good, especially if you're a player like Zed. So let's go hop on in this control. It's looking like the London Royal Ravens are going to commit towards the speed push. Shawnee able to take down one. Cammy has to try to play his life, but he's going to drop to Dylan now. It's going to be some early ticks from the Ravens onto this B point. Ultra have to try to break in, and that's exactly what Methods is going to do. Go through basketball court, able to take down one with the gun. The second one with the flashbang. That's going to be 4 dead. And all the players from the Ravens are now going to spawn at that A point.
Yeah, great start for Ravens, and you could argue a stronger reply coming through from the Ultra. 1 tick is all it's going to be, but if you're on defense, right, you've constantly got to be on your heels because of the way that Raid works. You have A, you have B, both are usable. Both are going to be utilized a high majority of the time. Bant's currently trying to manipulate the spawns. This will be hanging out toward that back mansion position. Regardless of it, Ravens are still happy to hop on the point. They've got 1 man over at A, that being Zed. Parasite, meanwhile, is trying to clear out that middle lane. Big 1v1 here between Zed and Cammy. Zed gets the call. Shawnee finds it anyway. And really, you kind of like what the Ravens are doing off the start here. You know, they get some time at B. Now they're over here at A. They've got 3 ticks in total. Obviously, you got to get 6 to win it in general when we talk about A versus B. But nice start for them. And here comes the potential rotation toward that back kitchen side.
Yeah, so they're going to get this A point. Now, it's all about just chaining the kills together on the Ravens side. You have to eliminate these players out of bedroom. You see 2 players from the Toronto Ultra already pushed up. CleanX able to spawn kill Dylan. But you see what Ravens are doing. They're trying to work around back basketball. Dylan is still causing havoc in their base. Cammy able to take down 1. That's going to be 2 down for the Ravens. 3 go down. That's going to reset their push. And so far, the Ultra are having a phenomenal defensive hold at this B site.
Yeah, and you saw 1 player, I want to say it was CleanX, that was trying to be in the spawns, trying to manipulate them to spawn toward that mansion position, or excuse me, toward that middle side position toward driveway. So,
yeah, already
trying to cause some problems on the flank. In London, they're starting to get sandwiched up here. They've earned themselves an extra minute on the clock after capturing A. Methods toward the corner, going to stay alive in that windowsill. And here's Bance from the flank, a great pinch, and wiped away are the Ravens. This could be an opportunity for them if Zed leads the way. Get some, if you can get a few entry picks, this could be a much different story, but you like the way that Ultra are playing it for now. Trying to get some individual 1v1 fights. Cammy and Bance fine too, and for Zed, that's going to be pretty much pump the brakes, at least in regards to how far you want to push. He is going to make his way toward that back jungle position, and really kind of based off of this, because of where player 4 was in CleanX, it is going to allow them to group up somewhat. Bance finds the pick through middle, so you got yourselves a 3 versus now 3 play. That B zone could be one to grab. Player spawns up in basketball court. And Zed's continue to lead the way. 20 seconds left. You've got to get some time. You at least have to hop on it. And based off of the dominance, that's going to be the Ravens now. And not a great situation in terms of the life. What a 1v17. And best of luck to Shawnee. Tell you what, he's known for his clutches, but I just don't think it's going to happen today, Steady.
Yeah, impossible, man. So far, man, the Ultra just played that defense beautifully. They always had a player, either it was going to be CleanX or Cammy, pushed up all the way in their base, forcing all the players from the Ravens to push around towards Raid's side. That was their last push, man, which is all these players going around basketball. But with Methods positioning all the way in basketball, all the way in bedroom, there was just no hope right there for the Ravens to try to break out of that. They dominated on that defense. Hopefully they can respond with a defense of their own.
Yeah, Toronto playing it well, constantly in the base. We saw a few streaks actually now coming into this next round of control. 6 for Bance, a 5 for Methods, and Bance off of that 0-8 performance in Search and Destroy definitely wants to turn things up in the control. We've been talking about the Ultra. Let's now go to the comms with the Astro Gaming listening with Toronto.
Oh, yo, blockade, Chris.
Yeah, I'm blocking.
I'm behind my top mansion. I'm behind my top mansion. There's one shot. It says dead. We get cross. I'm blocking mansion. You guys go.
Yo, he's mid, don't kitchen. It's in money. Oh, he's inside kitchen.
They start mansion.
We need to play this game money as well.
Yeah, Chris, I'm coming. Chris, talk to me.
I don't see anybody else here.
I could be top mansion, Sean.
Oh, sure. Okay, he's messing B.
Right, once our door.
I needed it. You're good.
Can I make that?
Yeah, go. One stam on here.
Top bar, pre-aiming you. AR.
Z, dead.
Go find
him. He's weak.
Blocking B.
Oh, you're on the van.
On the way van, already on the way van. One shot.
I got him.
Yeah, bot beam is spawned.
No, I didn't hear you, bro. Our door, nice, good job.
One more.
Fight him, Jen, give me a sec.
He's on top ring.
Top.
Yo, go away, everyone go away.
I'm being a mark, give me a sec, I'm being a mark. Give me, he's on our door.
I hear you.
I'm making the point, stay down, I have you.
He's shot.
Oh, dead. I'm
one shot.
They're gonna go B.
I'm reflanking.
I'm going basketball.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dale.
I'm playing the heavy.
One could be here already.
I'm pension now, I'm pension C.
I'm back. You
I needed it, bro. I needed him. Close.
This is watching pinch.
There's two.
Can I see him watching pinch?
Nice,
One.
bro.
I'm just going to be.
Wait, Cammy, wait.
Apologies, folks. Astro King listening with London Royal Ravens. Still, comms sounding good, trying to really make a comeback after that first round as Dylan trying to light things up inside of money. Pops out with the XM4 and looks to try to clear off that zone. 25 seconds left, and really, if you're Ultra, not a ton to speak for the moment. Just as I say that, a big win. 2 and 3 go big over at B. Now they've got themselves another minute. Still some solid plays coming in from London. Nice nade from Dylan. As now the cards begin to separate. Cammy loses the fight. Again, Zed making some crucial wins. The guy that you definitely need to see have a good performance in this control.
Yeah, and so far they're holding their defense strong. I would like to see a couple players be a little bit more aggressive towards Art. Just try to set up a couple more spawn kills, but they're just playing the hold. Method's able to open up the first blood. Parasite, he's going to drop as well, so that's going to be 2 down for the Ravens. 3 are going to drop. Dylan trying to do everything he can to stay alive, but he's going to go down as well. Last player is going to be Zed. All the players from the Ravens are coming off spawn. They have to try to get there quick because the ticks are flying. Toronto have 3 players currently in the point. The second tick is about to come in. You're the Ravens. You just got to go. You got to go. You got to play the trades. Dylan and Parasite trying to do everything they can. 2 are going to drop. Last guy is going to be Methods. When a 1-on-1 versus Zed, he's going to be able to win that gunfight as well. No respawns remaining coming in for the Ravens. And just like that, Toronto, with a phenomenal push on offense, are able to put themselves up 2-0 on map number 3.
Methods again, man. Methods again. He's been so clutch. He's been so clutch. I know we always remember that that huge round 11 he has. At the Toronto home series last season versus FaZe. Really, ever since then, he has kind of been Captain Clutch. Especially for the Ultra with the 1v4 not too long ago versus the Legion. Already had a clutch so far in the Search and Destroy and wins a big 1v1. Now to give Toronto a 2-0 lead. And really,
full streaks.
He's got full streaks. I mean, hey, this has just not gone the way that we have expected. Search and Destroy performance from London was great. Ultra starting things off hot in the control, which has kind of been their problem. Possibly both teams going back to the drawing board and looking to work on things. As we'll head now to the offense for the Ravens. Again, Methods with those streaks, now up to 9 in a row, 20 and 5. Thankfully has some clearance as his teammates are going to look to try to drop things over in middle. And when we talk about streaks on this one, I mean, this is just a constant concern in the back of the Ravens' minds, just based off where both of these points are. I mean, at any point,
yeah,
these could start to rain from the sky, and like I said, for London, that could just kind of be constantly something they have in the back of their heads where they want to try to push a point, but they refrain because they're aware of it.
Yeah, and you could just tell it they're aware of it. They had 3 players sitting in Art for a really, really long time right there when they're trying to commit towards that 8 touch. Dylan's trying to push that back Laundry. He's going to drop the Vance. Shawnee's going to drop the Cammy. So now the last 2 remaining players are going to be on this A site. Kleenex able to take down 1. Now Zed left by himself. He's going to drop, but it's starting to come down to crunch time, man. Toronto know exactly what they need to do. Just keep them off the point for a good amount of time. You see exactly where Methods is posted up towards that bedroom area. Eventually, if all the players from the Ultra drop on their side of this defense, Methods will use his streak to try to kill the time and just try to keep him off that point as much as he can. But so far, he's just trying to save him for B, man. They're going to have a 7-point live advantage. It's looking like the Ravens are trying to push around basketball court. Pay attention to number 8 in Zed. He's going to try to make the play now.
It's going to try to make the play. Again, for Ravens, you're also trying to clear these pesky Toronto players out of your base, Cammy being one of them, so he'll get shut down. Meanwhile, Zed does get in a fight, and he actually is going to drop it. So nice clearance from the Ultra. They take down the farthest pushed up player, and now they can instantly start to focus their attention over here at Manchester. The one guy that you don't want to face from this Toronto side is going to be Kleenex, now up to 3. That's going to be a decent amount down for Ravens. 50 seconds left. They still have plenty of time, but the life count, that's where things start to get scary. Maybe Zed and Parasite able to combine for 2. Cammy hanging out toward that top bedroom side. Decides to go for a dip. But again, if you're Ravens, you're working on such a low life count. Now we're going to be up to 5. Here come the streak from Methods just to continue to apply the pressure. The cruise missile just going to try to slow things down. And how about that? Shout out to our observers for catching it. Dylan didn't know what to do. And the continuous dominance from above. Zed, the last player alive, the newcomer onto the team, as he will be the final one to drop in the Ultra with a clean 3-0 sweep in the control, as now they take the lead in the series up 2-1.
Oh man, if you're the Ultra, you played that map the most, and so far that was your worst game mode. So you can just tell they went back and fixed those minor adjustments. Don't forget, Methods just has an incredible map. 27-5 or something like that. That's insane, man. Fully streaked out. They were in control of that entire map. And like the thing that scares me right now, so far from watching this series, is Ultra are looking really good in the respawn so far. That map 1, they won by 108 points. They 3-0 on that map number 2. And now, you're the Ravens, man. Going into this map number 3, it's going to be Moscow. You need to try to set up Shoney and Parasite off the rotations. Put them in that back window. Put them in the bus. Glitchy Heady. Even going towards back P3. Have someone sitting all the way in the back and just making sure you're getting spawns. Because if not, Toronto Ultra is going to capitalize it. Potentially close out the series there.
Yeah, it's now a scary situation. Control, known as the swing mode. What you've been talking a lot about Methods, 24-7. Phenomenal game from him. 7,700 score. Quite a bit of damage coming through as well. And one on the other end, 12-17 from Shani, 9-19 from Parasite. The two ARs that you just talked about coming into this next hardpoint, not having a great control performance. But again, who knows? It is the Stage 1 Major. Crazier things could potentially be on the way. London trying to stay alive. Toronto with the opportunity to, hang on and progress themselves in the elimination bracket. Stay with us as Game 4 Moscow is up right after this. Welcome back, folks, to the CDL Stage 1 Major. It's been a great start to things as, Ultra v Ravens. Let's go take a look at Cammy, one of the main guys that you have to be looking out for coming into this next map for Ultra. The potential to lock things up, and we know the power that Cammy has. I know in Control as of recently, he's kind of been taking over on a number of different maps for them. I know in Control, obviously, he's a big factor. Methods, of course, plays well to lock up that raid, but it can't be understated. I've had a number of different conversations with pro players last season when we saw Cammy get the opportunity to play with Toronto, and they only had positive things to say. They said, hey, Cammy's kind of up next, and I think he and Kleenex together have kind of been that young duo for them. That's kind of been one of the biggest bright spots for Toronto, and are clearly two guys to look out for coming into this Moscow now.
Oh man, the only thing about going into this Moscow, they have yet to play this map as a team throughout the entire season. And this does not scare me one bit, because so far in both the respawns, they have completely dominated from top to bottom. We need the players from London Royal Ravens to step up on this map. I need more plays out of Parasite especially. So far in the first 2 respawns, he's not had the greatest performance. But a map like Moscow, where you can really set your ARs up for success, I'm expecting him to step up huge on this map number 4.
Yeah, man, that's a great call. Right, Moscow can definitely have the AR start to see success. Kind of plays, like a traditional COD map, right? We talked about the 3 lanes, the way the rotations work. What also with the, I believe, with the recent update, I think we have a few changes to the map as well, kind of shrinking things at least a tad bit, but still, it's going to be fun. Ravens, well, hey, Stage 1 lives on the line. Drop here, and they are done, finishing top 12. Been a rough season for them, but now's the time to really dig their heels in. Constant roster changes. Zed being brought to the team literally last night. The guys have been scrimming a ton, trying to be prepared, but are they prepared for Kleenex? Are they prepared for the tissue? Early start, early time, going to Ultra, some good sequence of kills going the way of the Ravens. Shawnee loses the fight, and again, when Bance is playing well, it's always a good sign for Toronto as he drops, but regardless, 28 seconds left. Ultra, they also do have the spawns. Big fight, and Zed's able to win it. Again, they're looking for that rotation as London. If they can get one player through, that'd be big for them.
Yup, but unfortunately, Zed is going to drop, so now Ultra are going to be fully set up for P2. Saw them right off the rip there. If you're the Ravens, Dylan tried to go right through Eskies and just flank towards P2. Unfortunately, he got one and got traded. So he was trying to flip right off the rip, but look exactly what the Ravens are doing. They push right through middle map. Now they're going to have the spawns for P2. And now if you're Ultra, you have to try to sink this break in, man, because you're able to chain this together and then potentially spawn all the players in the back of this. The Ravens can pull off with a lead pretty quickly.
Can indeed. Bance trying to make his way through white. He gets cut down, and it looked like a great start, right? Ultra, they're getting some time, but the Ravens kind of spawn up together. They make the push through Eskies and through middle, and now it's theirs. Methods was holding down the boulevard, but we talk about classic COD maps. It's 3 lanes. They had one locked up. The other 2, they were vacant. Parasite trying to hop inside the hill. He'll get dropped. Meanwhile, Shawnee has made himself over at top window. The last bullet on the XM4, he's able to make it land. 20 seconds left. Shawnee on the 4 spree, and the Ultra are going to be up big. And take a look at that spawn. Take a look at that rotation. That's player 5, player 6. Parasite and Dylan trying to make the play for London. It's going to be Dylan who ends up finding one. He gets traded out. Parasite does as well. A solid attempt coming from the Ravens, and kind of a sweat off the brow moment for the Ultra. But this fight, it's not over. But take a look at player 1. Bance, he could cause some problems on the flank there, Study.
Yeah, he spawned out. He decided he died a little too early before he could hold his kill cam there, but 3 players are going to drop for Ultra. And now you see the Ravens just being aggressive towards back library, trying to flip those spawns and also hold the time at the same exact time. But Parasite able to take down 1, still collecting some hill time in their favor, but 3 are going to drop now. Ultra have eased the pressure from the Ravens. They should be able to fight back with some time here. But the Ravens so far are starting off this hard point hot. You see number 7 right off the rip, which is going to be Shawnee on that early rotation towards that P4.
Yeah, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed with the way that the lineup kind of come out of the gates. It wasn't what we had in the initial hard point. It was kind of the opposite direction. When we kind of go back at Garrison, it was kind of P2, P3. It was Ultra able to kind of tail those together. And again, maybe as the Ravens have kind of had more time to play with one another, maybe they're starting to get some life. Maybe they're starting to get that chemistry back. Parasite, you talked about him, 8 and 7. Definitely a better performance in regards to the most recent respawns that he's had. But to Boulevard we go. Player 6 and Dylan trying to cause some issues toward the back flank. Again, Ultra with the preferred spawns for now. If you can get these ARs set up, if you can get anybody really set up in this bus, it could be problems. But Dylan on the flank, causing some issues. Kleenex able to wipe him away, but they really aren't clearing out that middle map. And Zed as well. Now on the flank, he'll be able to drop 1. Bance is finally able to get him out of mind, out of sight. Dylan again. It's really the SMGs. It's really London from the backside that are causing so many issues for the Toronto Ultra. They're not really able to hop in the point with clarity of mind. They're finally able to get some seconds, and much needed ones at that.
Yeah, Dylan and Zed right there were causing so much havoc in gold area. They just could not get on the point. Shawnee with great shots with that XM4, watching over Parasite. He was getting all that time. Now we're on our second rotation of hard points. Ravens have finally broke that 100-point mark. 2 are going to drop from Ultra. So now that forces the players from Ultra to try to slow down. Cammy's going to open it up with 1. Zed in this hard point is currently contested. So like Ultra just gonna try to commit towards this P1 hard point. Try to get some time off of it. Zed's able to take down one. He's gonna get traded out by Vance, but so far this is just a contest fest on both sides. The only thing is, the Ravens are gonna be set up for P2, and they can open this game wide open if they're able to set up properly.
A big opportunity currently spawns for the Ravens. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with London.
Left, nice, Sean. Big fucking
I'm on the left.
Cammy's one shot left. Cammy's one shot ticket. Cammy's one shot
Yeah, I'm
ticket.
the push right now unless you
Yo,
already through.
you might want to hide from front, Chris.
Take it.
Wait, take street. I'm going to spawn out. I have to spawn in.
I got you.
Double.
In double? Easy inside double?
I spawned out.
I spawned plant. Was good. One's plant and back.
Doubles.
I have your front. Watch your back.
Okay.
Open. Double.
I'll get time for
One
front.
street on me. One street on me.
Flash him plant. I'm helping you, Chris. He's close, Zach.
I need to fly as well.
Don't tell him. I hit him.
Go see on the stairs.
Dead.
There's one more
Double. Two in the back. One street
spawned
already.
it. Stay on time.
I'm absolute.
No, more in the back, I think.
Mission one.
I'm getting time.
Plant.
You're front left corner.
Push out. Push out.
Go.
I have in front. There's one in the section now. I give it front. I'm pushing through the back alley. Front's open.
Yo, deep plant.
Someone stay with me. Someone stay with me. Yeah,
More Eskies. I'm watching your Eskies.
I'm just gonna lay down. The one's gonna spawn behind us. Play this kill.
First guy's gonna be elbow. Probably. Push me out.
Fine. Okay.
Go mid.
Go around. Let's go
around.
One breaking us, boys. One breaks to win.
I think he's boss.
Okay, I'm gonna go window. We can climb up rat door.
I'm gonna play gold.
I'm with you.
Okay, gold. I'm not checking it.
Take your time.
Going for gold now.
You be inside it.
I don't see boss. I'm checking pillar.
Inside it. Didn't touch it.
That's my close.
You got me. Okay, one boss.
It's 4 kills, Zach. Roll, please.
Yep.
In bus.
He's been back.
Cammy's there.
Heady though, we're back.
Yeah.
London, they hold every second at kiosk, and now we're in for the rotation. I gotta say, Study, throughout the comms there, I like the influence of Zed, right? Obviously, he's got a lot of chemistry with these guys, giving some props to Shawnee, telling Dylan, hey, let's make a play. Love his influence despite his first game. And again, 24 hours, he gets told he's going to be on the Ravens. Now he's playing his first match. I like the comms from these guys.
Yeah, I love the comms, man. You can just tell that their backs are against the wall. They're leaving it all out on the table on this map number 4. They're not trying to go home on day 1 of the very first major of the entire season. And it's showing so far on this 4 hard point. Zed, big gunfight, able to pick up some junk time on this P3. The only thing is, Toronto Ultra is going to be set up towards P4. I'm looking at Zed and Dylan, once again, to be nuisance around this gold area, pushing around towards back. Us, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to have positioning now. Parasite and his team are going to spawn out. Are they going to be aware of that number 1 player in Vance? And Parasite's able to spot him. Now, Ultra are trying everything they can to try to break into this hard point. So far, the setup from the Ravens is holding strong. 2 players are going to drop from Ultra. Cammy trying to do everything he can with 2. Here comes Kleenex with the 3rd. They're finally going to be able to get some hill time here. And this is good if you're Ultra. Staying alive, you completely flip the spawns, force them out to spawn out towards back bank. And they're also going to be able to try to set up for P1 and try to chain these 2 together. Ultra fight back in this one.
Great play. Coming in from the XM4s, coming through from the ARs, and just as that begins to happen, it's Parasite who decides to take matters into his own hands, clears out the HP with 8 seconds left. They're going to be prepared for this next rotation as we'll now head back toward middle. Ravens with a good, 40-point advantage, starting to come alive. Again, they do have that P2 currently in their hands. They have to be careful of that. We've seen constant spawn flips as Shawnee takes down 2. Granted, Ultra, they're grabbing the seconds, but like we said, that P2 rotation toward kiosk, that's what London wants to hold on to. They don't want to try to push in too much. We saw London do that earlier on the opposite end. They know how easy the break can be if you get some nice pushes, some nice group pushes in from that top white side. Really funneling in through kiosk. Players start to get wiped away. Shawnee from the window, and Parasite, he's happy to hop in the time when needed. Finally gets cut down. And here we go. A great hard point to start things off as Dylan will take his chance now at the time. Again, if you're London, you're happy to really just try to clear out the seconds, try to grab as many as you can, but here comes the push. Zed takes down 2, and it's going to be Boulevard spawns for Ultra. Player Severin and Shawnee, if he's not careful, may have his hands full, but that's why you got some teammates. Dylan nearly turns on the second. We've seen constant breaks over at this hill. London, they reach the 200-second mark. and this be the hill where they continue to pull away?
So far, man, of the first 2 rotations, they have dominated on this hard point. You're going to see Cleanex push on the backside. He's going to drop to Zed. Dylan with the second. The Ravens can win in here. All they have to do is continue to hold. One player is going to drop once again. Now, this is a slow and steady push for Ultra. They have 1 push to break this, but 2 players are going to drop. Now, both players from Ultra trying to flip through middle. Parasite able to take down Methods. Last player alive is going to be Cammy. He has to try to be aggressive towards this point, or the Ravens are going to force it to a map 5, but 1 player is going to spawn in the back, which is going to be Methods. Players from the Ravens still in the position to try to get enough time from this hard point, but it's going to force it to go to a P4 now. If you are the Ultra, you need to play perfect hard point from this point on. We were talking about players stepping up from the Ravens. Look at Parasite, 22 and 19. Dylan, 28 and 22. And Zed, his counter duel with that submachine gun, 21 and 16. The guys came to play. Backs are against the wall. They are 1 point away from forcing it to the map 5. Ultra are doing everything that they can to try to hold this P3 hard point. Metis is in a great position to cut a couple of these players off. 2 are going to drop, and so far the Ultra are having a phenomenal hold on this P3 hard point.
Ultra playing well, but they have to be perfect. 30 seconds left. London, they just need a second. That's all they need. 1 more second from sending us to a game 5. Shawnee able to take down the player who was at the cutoff. If you're London, do you decide to push it or set up for Boulevard? They're actually happy to push this one in. Cammy, he loses the fight, and London, they'll break in. So 1 player alive, 1 player hanging out. The nade comes through. And how about them Ravens? Woo! They stay alive, forcing us to a game 5 search and destroy, and the best play coming in from the guy who just got the call. Zed breaking ankles, making plays, the crossover to Kleenex. And my goodness, what life being shown from London. And what a play coming in from Zed. These guys, they just have the momentum today, Study. They've got the momentum. This is the way to start off the Stage 1 Major.
Oh my God, Game 5 right off the rip. You could just tell that the London Royal Ravens were not ready to go home yet. Even when we were in an Astro Gaming listening, you could just tell the intensity was there. Dylan and Zed were communicating fluently between both of those submachine gun players, and they did exactly what they needed to do, which was set up their ARs. Parasite was playing well, Shawnee played well, but oh man, we got a game 5, man. I cannot wait to see who comes out on top in this one.
It's been great, man. It's been great to see the London able to rebound, but ladies and gentlemen, a game 5 on the way to kick off the Stage 1 Major. The winner is able to stay alive to the elimination bracket. The loser is going home. Stay with us. Game 5 up right after this. Customize your Call of Duty in-game experience with CDL League packs and team packs. Gear up with operator skins, stickers, emblems, calling cards, and charms. For more information, go to CallOfDutyLeague.com. I have to say, man, I am absolutely in love with these team packs. Well, I'm in league play, constantly rocking different skins. The other day I was rocking some Royal Ravens, rocking some NYSL from time to time, but we absolutely love these, man. We absolutely love them. We're rocking them all the time. It's going to be a blast. But obviously, guys, you can earn a free CDL team pack this weekend with any purchase on GameFuel.com/CDL. So make sure to do that. Get your team pack, get your Game Fuel. It's absolutely excellent. And speaking of excellent, Study, we've got ourselves a Game 5 Search and Destroy, my man. The greatest way to kick off the Stage 1 Major. Simple as this. Winner moves on, loser goes home, finishing top 12. Zero cash in your pocket. Constant worries of whether or not your roster is going to stay intact. It's madness, my friend, and I love every single second of it.
I know, man. Unbelievable. We have a Game 5. If you're Toronto Ultra, you cannot lose this. Look, in that Game 2 Search and Destroy, Bance was 0-8. I'm pretty sure that's the worst performance in Search and Destroy by an individual player throughout the entire season. So you definitely need him to step up in this game number 5. But look at Shawnee, 9-3. 3.0 in that map number 2. Parasite 8-3 as well. I don't know, man. Zed, somehow, he has a superpower in these guys in Search and Destroy, man. I'm excited for this Game 5. I don't even know who it's going to go to, Lando.
I really don't know either. I know in Pick'em, a lot of us kind of had Ultra coming into it, but I mean, just after the way that London looked on that Moscow, we got a chance to look at the in-game comms, and I mean, hey, again, I think the Zed has kind of provided a spark for this team. We saw him constantly in the communication. We know the history that he has, obviously with Shawnee and Dylan, their kind of runs on reciprocity. We can go back to like World War II. I think it was Zed and Shawnee who played like under Unilad. Like, he got a lot of history here. And obviously Parasite has been great for this team as well. I know, at least on socials and stuff, they're constantly, going back and forth. You can clearly see the chemistry is there despite all the roster changes. But again, the same thing can be said for the Toronto Ultra, right? This is literally the team that played last year under the Toronto Ultra, at least to kind of close out the season. I know they had some moves from time to time, but oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. A lot on the line. And again, I think if you're Ultra, I mean, you called it out well, Study. This is a big situation for them because it's kind of, I don't want to say like a lose-lose situation, but hey, if you're Ravens, it's like, hey guys, we had a roster change. It's been a rough year, 0-5. If you're Ultra, you were expected to kind of be one of those teams that were in top 3, if not top 4 in your group. Now you've lost 4 straight. You lose that hard point, the one that you already took previously in the series. Oh boy, there is a lot of implications on the way that this Moscow goes, as we'll begin things with Toronto on offense. Look, we haven't got a chance to watch too much Moscow S&D, but it'll be a fun one, Study. Here we go, my friend.
Yeah, and currently both of these teams on this map are both 0-2. So, what kind of homework have they gone back and watched? What kind of adjustments are they going to make? It's looking like Ultra are going to commit towards this B-bomb right off the rip. But Ravens gaining all that information by being aggressive towards that A site, and no players are going to be there. You're going to see them starting to wrap back towards that site now. Could catch Ultra completely off guard. They haven't been able to spot a single player from the Ravens yet. Here comes a flash grenade through the window. So now the Ravens have that information that the players are going to be at this site. Vance trying to push through this window. Here comes another flash grenade. But the nade is going to slow down their push now. They're going to have 3 players completely surrounding this site. So we're going to have some intense gunfights coming down here in just a second.
First player goes in. That's going to be Bance. Methods as well. They'll end up getting dropped, but Kleenex is here. Takes down 2. Instant 1 versus 2 now for Cammy. 20 seconds left. Bomb is down. What do you do if you're Cammy? There's not going to be time for rotation. He just says, you know what? I got to punch in the digits. I got to do it now. Again, longtime teammates. Zed and Shawnee. Now to work together. And Cammy, he's not able to escape because he doesn't really know where he's at. He doesn't really know where the enemy's going to be at. And Zed, he's going to be able to defuse. Can he get here in time? Can he take down Shawnee? He does. Does he check the bomb? And he doesn't. He doesn't decide to check the bomb. And Zed will be able to get the defuse in just the right amount of time. You like to play from Cammy, but he really didn't know where to leave from this position. And what a play coming through from the Ravens. As they'll grab the first, but by no means was it easy.
Oh, man, Zed just made a phenomenal play, man. He went in there and got the trade and then hops the bomb immediately. He's like, Sean, you just watch over me, brother. I trust in you. Fortunately, Sean dropped there, but it's still enough time for Zed to get that defuse, so they're going to open up our very first round of this map at number 5. Stay on board here with Zed. Be aggressive towards this window side. Not spotting any player, but it's looking like the Ultra are going to do the same exact thing that the Ravens did. Take control completely of that A site. But the only thing is, the Ravens are playing this patiently. It's looking like they're going to try to take control of mid-map. So they're going to have 3 players rotating towards mid. And this might catch the players from Ultra completely off guard. Here comes shots come down. Shawnee with great shots onto Cammy. Now the only player alive at this site is going to be Bance. Bance has to try to play his life beautifully. Oh, unfortunately, he's going to drop that gunfight now. It's a 4v2 situation for Ultra to try to retake.
Bance whiffs a few shots. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 2 for London. Again, the constant attacks over here at B. There's been a lot of analytics talking about how strong the B side actually is. What the Ravens look to do, again, with man count advantage, they rush in 2 at a time. Methods from the top window is able to take down 1, and we know what Methods can do in these 1v4 situations. In fact, he did it versus Paris on this very map. But this is a different looking round, and this is a different looking team as London, they fire through with 2 straight and looking good as they do it. Parasite, the best play of the round is the one at the end. Shuts down a fellow AR, and Methods, that's back-to-back again, defense and offense. I'm curious if we're going to continue to see that offensive looks over at B. And I know it's kind of more of an off-site thing, but there's just been a lot of analytics going around after regular season play, talking about how B is actually performing pretty well. When teams have been to go there, it has worked out. Again, overall, A, talk about spawns, the way that it looks closer, better option for the offense. But we'll see. We'll see as time goes on, as Ultra now, again, back on their offense. In major need of a round. Desperate shots coming in as Zed, he'll drop 2, nearly finding the 3rd. Bance is going to be there for the trade. So now a 2v1. Parasite, all now left up to him. Can he take down 1? He does, but the overall trades will work out to Toronto at a much-needed round at that.
Yeah, Ultra decided to switch with their pace right there, be aggressive towards A. Zed almost played spoiler right there. Opened up with a 2-piece, but Bance and Cammy working so well together. We're able to close out this round. You just tell the slow and steady wins the race kind of thing so far for the Ultra is not working. So them switching up the pace right there, even though they met the guns of the Ravens on the opposite side, coming out on top, you have to be feeling really good after that round. So for the Ultra, man, I would like to see a better adjustment on defense this round. If you take control of A, try to have someone push up all the way on that side so they can single-handedly watch that site. But also, don't give them mid-map control. You saw what the Ravens did last time. They broke right through mid and just rotated straight to B. And it's looking like the Ultra, once again, are going to be playing a nice and slow offense. Trying to just play for some information to spot a couple of these players from Ultra.
A nice spread. They'll now start to converge over here at A. Nice plays from Bance last round. Again, 0-8 performance. Finds 3. That'll definitely instill some confidence in you. And speaking of Ultra, Cammy able to drop the first blood. That one onto Zed. And so it looked like an A hit. Now back to B we go. One player actually going to be here nearly at the Boulevard. And that will in fact be Cammy. A tall task in front of him, but if he can at least find a pick, it'll set his teammates up well. Goes for the rush, and a smart one at that. Granted, the trade is there, but you at least elude the forcers from London. Shawnee, a great pick. Now, what do we see? Parasite and Shawnee now doing the situation. We go from A to B, now back to A. Methods may be there to watch the cross from his angle. He does see the shot, so they should be aware of the site rotation. Parasite should be clear to punch in the digits. 2v2.
Here we go. Shawnee and Parasite. Shawnee able to open up with the big guy fight onto Methods. Now it's going to be CleanX all by himself. He's able to spot Shawnee on the back steps. Parasite going to be close. He's going to drop. So now it's going to be Shawnee versus CleanX in a 1v1. Shawnee, in the back of his mind, he's going to be thinking that he's going to be on bomb. So eventually he has to push him and check it. But he's playing this a little slow. CleanX might be able to get the fuse off. He's only going to need one more tick. And just like that, CleanX with a huge 1v2 clutch to tie up the map 2-2. If you're Parasite right there, man, you just got to tuck yourself in that corner. Just have Shawnee watch over you, man. Make CleanX fully commit to that gunfight, but he doesn't, and CleanX ends up walking away with a phenomenal 1v2.
The Great Dane with the great plays. Really, I think he played that honestly perfectly. And I know we obviously watched the movie The Diffuse, but I don't think there are really any critiques that you'd give to CleanX in that moment. You know who he kind of has in the back of his mind. He's trying to distance these players back. He takes down Parasite, and really from there, it's just tag up Shawnee, instantly hop onto the site. Wonderfully played coming in from CleanX. I know he's been great in hardpoint, but obviously can cater that influence now in the search and destroy. Johnny, how great have his shots been to start things off? Tries to line him up, but it's not going to equal out to anything. Off the rotation, Parasite's here. You at least stop the bleeding if you're London. But based off that positioning he's at, he's just going to walk through Eskies. Has no idea that the enemy is just right behind him. And now Parasite in a 1 versus 3. Ultra looking to try and swing the momentum in their favor, and they will, as they'll now grab the lead.
So far, man, their aggressive 8th push has worked for them twice now on offense. Once CleanX is that player that slides over to the left, you're forcing Shawnee, which is that XM4 player, sitting in that A bomb site room to just try to get some bullets down off the cross. But Methods with some phenomenal shots, able to open up with a 2-piece on that round, puts themselves up 3-2. Now, if you're the Ravens, what kind of adjustments are you guys going to make? Are you going to do what Ultra are starting to do and being aggressive towards that A site? So far, it's been working for them really well. Shawnee is going to decide to switch out to a submachine gun, so that might be what they're calling Ultra 2-2 split. 2 people at A, 2 people taking control of mid-map. Love it, but unfortunately, Kami is going to drop. Now it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of the Ravens. It's looking like they're trying to rotate back towards A and just play their numbers.
The Ravens rotate a fair amount in these past few rounds. A nice early first blood from Dylan as he's 1-5 to kick things off. Was huge in that Garrison S&D. And Methods able to find one. CleanX does as well, and things begin to fall apart for London. You like their positioning. Shawnee as well. He'll get taken down. And a great retake, a great hold coming in from the Ultra. London had numbers. London were on the rotation. What we see, all 4 of them here. And CleanX is there to tear them down. There goes Dylan. And for the final one as well, that'll be a nice little hat trick coming through from CleanX. The up-close shots along with the long ones there to finalize Shawnee. Ultra, they continue. And now we've got ourselves a swing round here, Study. 4-2 in favor of Ultra. I don't want to say a must-win because, of course, you never know, right? You never know, but 4-3 in comparison to 5-2 is a world of difference in Search and Destroy. We'll see what the Ravens have cooked up for us now here on this defense.
And it's looking like the Ultra are taking control of mid-map. The aggression has been working for them on their offensive rounds. Parasite has that call. He's going to back up with some shots into him. Kami as well. He's going to be able to get out with his life. But Parasite is the only player to try to cause a spoiler at this B site. He's trying to play the ninja. Able to take down one. Able to take down the second. Great plays out of Parasite. Nade's going to come in. He's not going to drop, though. Now it's a 2v3 for Kami and Methods. Kami going to slide in and able to take down one. Now force it to a 2v2. But have they read this? Have they read Parasite coming up behind both players? 25 seconds are going to be remaining on the clock. The Ravens need to try to break in quick. Shawnee able to hit a flash onto one. Now it's going to be a 1v2. Kami able to take down Parasite now in a 1v1 situation versus Shawnee. Shawnee has no time. Kami is playing this beautifully from the side door, able to walk in. And Toronto Ultra are going to be 1 round away from closing out our very first series of the entire major. Oh, man, I thought Parasite made such a heads-up play. Unfortunately, they did not capitalize when the numbers are in their favor. And now they found themselves down 3 rounds and have the potential to get eliminated on the very first day of the major.
Yeah, and I gotta say there, in that play, I'm not sure if Parasite sees the Ultra player or, like, was that intentionally triggered a discipline? Or was that... I feel like it had to be, but at the same time, you allow for that plant to go through, and I know you're kind of thinking, hey, well, we find, 2 early picks, this should be good for us, but I don't know, I think they look back and maybe they played a little bit differently. Regardless, time to refocus. London, they will get a few seconds to try and rebound, and that's what they're hoping to do. 2 early picks as they just throw aggression to the wind here on the offense. Now it's going to be up to Kami and Bance instantly as that bomb goes down. I want to say too little too late, but we've been calling out for the Ravens to play these offenses a little bit quicker. Now that they do, look at them fly. Cammy, a lot of different really players to aim at as the Ravens, they stay afloat. But again, you like what you've seen from the Ultra. They've been playing things well. Nice plays coming in from the Ravens, but can it last? Can it last?
So right there out of the Ravens, they matched the intensity of the Ultra. They decided to push 3 people through that Eskies, catch CleanX that was playing the close heady on the outside of bricks, able to take him down and eventually open up that A-bomb site with ease. Now, if you're the Ravens, you know exactly how Ultra have been winning every single one of their offenses. It's just aggression. You need to be able to match it, especially towards this A site, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to send 4 players right off the rip towards that A site. But keep in mind that number 2 player in middle map is going to be Cammy. Might be able to cause an upset here, but Bance is going to be able to open up with 1. Zed, a great trade, now forces into a 3v3. But like I said, number 2, Cammy, with all the information that he received, it's looking like they're going to rotate this towards this B-bomb site. And the Ultra should have full control and be able to get this bomb down here pretty soon.
Cammy with the calls ends up getting dropped. So that's now going to be a 2 versus 2. Shawnee with the pick. And we saw this really similar situation for London, where they start off A, they go back B, now they reference back to A. The rotation's going to be here, and a huge fight. Dylan's able to win it. A massive 1v1 for Dylan is now, it's all on the methods. Captain Clutch as of late. 25 seconds, and still an objective to plant down. As he will put in these final marks. Can he escape in time? Actually gets stuck on the door, and Dylan's there for the challenge. The final 2 coming in from Dylan. It looked great for the Ultra. They looked all clear, but the defense from Ravens all too strong as they continue to stay alive. Back-to-back rounds now for London.
Oh, man, 5-4. You can just tell the Ravens stepped up their aggression right there. Zed getting control of that back alley, even though his teammate went down, was able to open up with the trade, force the players from Ultra to try to hit a rotation. Cammy tried to do all that he could with that submachine gun on the backside, but he dropped. So now the Ravens find themselves 2 rounds away, potentially closing out this map. And it's looking like they're going to commit towards this B push that worked for them on the very first offense. They're going to play slow, just try to gain all this information. But the thing with Ultra, they're sending 3 players aggressively towards that A site. So they're going to gain all this information that none of the players from the Ravens are going to be located on that side of the map. But Parasite able to spot Bance. So that's going to be a little piece of information that they need. It's going to force 2 players from Ultra to back down and rotate towards that B site. 50 seconds are going to be remaining on the clock here. Ultra are going to have to try to hold. It's all going to be on the back of Benjamin Bance. What can he do at this B bomb site? But as I say that, it's looking like all the players from Ravens are going to decide to rotate this back towards A. And Cammy's in a great position to play spoiler.
Cammy is. They know they're in Eskies. They know they're in Eskies, but Shawnee gets the pick. Shawnee finds the one toward the outskirts, and Methods is going to be here for the trade. Possibly. Can he find 2? They start to line up. And now it's all on to Shawnee. 1v3. The site rotation may have just not worked out, and the Ultra will stay alive in the Stage 1 Major. Back and forth we went in one heck of a series, but the rotation from London, the rotations from Toronto, we continually saw it on offense. But this time, it is not going to work out. And the Ravens, you just see it on their faces. I mean, so many roster changes for them throughout the year. Struggles here toward the stretch. They played so well. But it is going to be Toronto who come up big in the Game 5. And they stay alive to face off against Minnesota Røkkr tomorrow. But my goodness, man. You see it from the boys, right? Sweat off the brow. Nearly lost it there versus London, but they hold on in a great way to start things off. You have to give some props to Zed as well. Right, got the call last night. Hey, man, we need you. We need you to join the boys. Nearly pulled it off, did London, but they will end out Stage 1 Major with a top 12 finish. And really for them, an unconventional start to the season. Losing, 0-5, now 0-6 on the year. I'll tell you what, man, the way that they played, they did not look like an 0-5 team coming into this. They didn't look like a team who had yet to find a victory. We saw some good sparks, but what a series. What a way to kick off the major, man. That was great.
Oh, man, what a way indeed, man. I cannot believe that went all the way to a Game 5, even though the Ravens did come in with a substitute in Zed. Big props to Zed, as you said, man. Stepping up when he needs to the most, forces the Ultra to go all the way to a Game 5. But that last round was just so beautiful, man. Bance was the only player that beat Bombsight, but you saw where CleanX was set up at. He was in that middle map, and he watched all the players from Ravens rotate back. As soon as he saw that, he just wraps all the way back to the outside of the bricks and was just in such a great position to play the trades with methods. Phenomenal search and destroy, man, but if you're Toronto, you definitely need to step up your game going on to the later days of the major.
Yeah, man. Actually, when we talked about that last round, let's go and revisit it here for our Scump play of the game. We'll go ahead and take a back look. Round number 10, right? The one that kind of seals the deal. And really, I mean, kind of taking a look back at this, like, maybe if you're London, maybe deciding to go for B. Bance was the only one here. And again, I know we have Codcaster, right? We have the ability to see it, but maybe you go back and you think differently. Shawnee finds the pick. Everything's looking great. The methods toward the outskirts. CleanX as well finds 2. And then from there, Shawnee's the last one alive. And again, it was these rotations. We constantly saw both sides on offense making the rotations. And a majority of the time it worked. But then you get to these, kind of later rounds where Toronto just happens to be stacked up. They're prepared, over in the Eskies, and they're able to drop them. But I know social media is going to be going crazy after this one. We'll go take a look at our Astro Social soundboard. Zoom us in Game 5 to start the major. COD is life. We obviously
COD is life.
love Zoom in.
You're right, Tomas. That's
COD
my guy,
is life,
Tomas.
buddy.
COD is life, baby. COD is life.
We love it. We absolutely love it. That's a perfect way to kick off the major. Ultra move on, and London, unfortunately, are gone for now. But folks, hey, still more action to come. We've got another series on the way. Make sure to stay with us as the CDL Stage 1 Major continues right after this.
I've been stuck up in the sky. Only at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye, 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 bye. I got things to do. I got bands to get. Competition up in smoke, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top 10 candidate. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, and I'm rich. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it, yeah. Tell them move, get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties, but a player being made. Now how you spoke to your girl, better check her phone. And do you know what she doing when you not at home? And when she tell you she alone, but she not alone. She got a lot of options, eeny, miny, mo. She gon' do what she want, ain't no stopping it all. Pour the liquor in the cup, yeah, I'm topping it all. I might take your girl, take a trip to the mall. Put the shelf in the bag, yeah, cause I'm copping it all. I'm saying, they can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got
Boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. God dang, Ultra are looking fine. The battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Strong start from Toronto.
Bams wins another big one. Oh my word! Ultra close it out.
Hello, Call of Duty friends, and welcome back from the break. We're going to take a quick peep at our US Army schedule because we just saw the first match of the day here at the first major of the season. Toronto Ultra took down London Royal Ravens in an epic edge of your chair Game 5 match, which nearly went round 11 but didn't quite go the distance. Just saying, that was pretty epic what we saw. I'm obviously joined, of course, by the one and only Nameless, my duo. Who else would be up here with me, man? I gotta say though, Nameless, that was ridiculous. I think heading into this series against Ultra, I couldn't have predicted London to really go toe-to-toe the way that they did with Ultra, and it just progressively got better and better, and Zed made a huge difference, man. I've just got to quickly talk to you about it, because what I saw there was pretty magic from the London Royal Ravens, although them ultimately heading out of the bracket.
Yeah, you know, I thought they played a great series. You know, there are a couple rounds in that Search and Destroy where, you know, they had a 2v1, maybe if Parasite backs down and plays a statue in that 2v1 versus Cammy, they win, and, you know, it goes a completely different way. So I know it's a tough situation for them right now with their roster, things that they've had going on. So I wish them good fortune in the future. And they showed up today, just didn't get it quite done.
They didn't, but big props to London, big props to Zed jumping in there. Fantastic stuff from London Royal Ravens, and very promising, hopefully, for the rest of their season. But we do have an advancement, Ultra advance on to take on Minnesota Røkkr tomorrow. But we do have another match today, folks. Yes, we do. We, of course, do have Seattle Surge versus Florida Mutineers. And we've got to talk about that as well, Nameless, because that's going to be a banger coming up next. And it's a tough one. Surge versus Mutineers. Both of them haven't been performing to the best of their ability, but where do you see this one really heading?
Yeah, the stats tell a story in this series. I mean, on one side, you have Awakening, who has the #1 Search and Destroy KD in the entire league, but they're 1-4 in Search and Destroy. So the Mutineers, clearly there's something going wrong there. Slies and Slack gonna have to pick it up. And then you look across the side to the Surge, and, you know, they've been terrible in control. 0-5, it's been a constant in every single series. So gotta pick it up going into this one and take that control.
We do indeed. We'll find out just very shortly who is going to be picking up and advancing on to the rest of the bracket. We're going to head to a quick break, but when we come back, I am talking to Ultra Bance. That is right, it's his new nickname for me, because he definitely showed up in this series. We'll see you right after this.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance, auto, renters and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
Here we go, it's a Game Fuel Victory Spotlight, and joining me I do have the one and only Bance from Toronto Ultra. Bance, mate, I've got to start off by saying I had my eye on your control game for a reason, because obviously you guys needed to improve that there, and boy, you did. I was really impressed, especially with your stats, 24 and 14. Methods put up some serious numbers. Talk to me through the transition of really switching that lacking game type around to really get the dub here today.
I think what was missing with Control for us was probably the fact we were a bit too disciplined. I feel like on Raid especially, like, we were too quickly to give up the Raid or the A point. And today I was just like, yo, just keep playing exits, just keep being annoying, you know, just keep them off it, and just drag the numbers down. In attack, you know, we just kept winning our gunfights. So, like, I don't know, I feel like our breakoff's pretty good on Control. We're just better than them, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did notice the shining coming through from your offense and Control. It was pretty on point. Keep up the good work, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing. We need to talk, of course, about the 2 S&Ds, though, because I feel like those were the 2 pinpoints in that series. The first one didn't quite go to plan for you guys. I know. But the second one for me was like watching a horror film. I was on the edge of my seat because you stayed in that game, that round 5 placement for quite a while. It felt like 100 years for me. What did you change up as a team from the first S&D to the second to really take that game 5?
I mean, to be honest, me getting kills. I dropped a donut second.
I didn't want to say it, Vance. I didn't want to say it.
To be honest, with the second map anyway, me and Cam, I think we only had 1 rep before. He was like, you know what, Ben, you just go mid and I'll hold green. So, like, that was my second time playing mid, so I had no idea sometimes, like, what the hell is going on. But I mean, we kind of knew going into Moscow, like, obviously we played against Paris pretty well. We didn't play so well against LAG, but we like kind of stuck to the game plan. We knew like their sort of setup at A, and we just like we abused that setup. Or I think like the first couple of attacks, we just went A and just abused them, forced them to start stacking A, and then when they start stacking A, we go B. So I feel like we kind of always had a game plan and just kept to it and just kept outplaying them.
Definitely, I think the alterations you guys were making mid-game and mid-series really started paying off there, and I think that's a definite strength that you guys carry with you. Talking about strengths, so opening weekend against Mutineers, you guys looked hot. You know, we were promised a really formidable Ultra team, and I have seen a spark of that today, but it did go a bit downhill after the opening weekend. What do you guys need to fix really right now? Obviously, you went toe-to-toe with London. London hadn't been doing the best. What do you guys need to do to continue this bracket run?
Honestly, I feel like what went wrong in Super Week was they were like, I'm normally our in-game leader, and I just felt I don't know, something felt off during the week. Like I wasn't really coming as much as probably I could have, and compared to obviously the Florida match and this London match, I didn't feel like I was up to my standard in and out of game. So like I kind of make it easier on them lot. Like all of them are unreal slaying. Like I'll just be the voice for the team, you know. Like I'll do my thing. I'll be the annoying one and let them just slay everything. And that's kind of what we've done against London and Florida now. And we just need to keep that up. Like I need to just keep focusing on like the comms and stuff, and just make sure everyone else knows what they're doing, because all them are like top tier for gun skill.
You know what, Vance, it seems like you definitely have figured out what you're doing here, and it definitely showed alongside all of your teammates. So congratulations. Best of luck through the first major we have this season. Keep it going, man. Keep it going for Toronto Ultra, because you guys are looking ultra, as I can't say it on air, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Vance.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
There you have it, fantastic work from the Toronto Ultra. Boys, congratulations on the W, and Ultra will be facing Røkkr tomorrow. Big stuff as they head on through the rest of the bracket. We're going to head to a quick break right now, but when we come back, we have the second match of the day. We've got the Mutineers facing off against Seattle Surge. Who is going to take this one, and who's going home? We'll find out after the break.
They say credit belongs to the man in the arena who spends himself in a worthy cause. The credit belongs to those who dare greatly. And to those that fail, at least fail daringly. Target terminated. The glory is reserved for the few who, no matter what, answer the call to enter the arena. The call doesn't care if you fight for 1 or 20,001. It echoes out, reverberating across the globe. It only acts to reach the bold, never the timid. It's what's next, what's now, and what will always be.
Scump from up high. 1, 2. This is non-stop. They've got nowhere to run. It's a massacre. Oh, no. Wow. I got 2. Money. Airstrike coming in. It's an ambush. The spawns are out of control.
Call delivers victory to the deserving and rewards the devoted. For when your time comes, there is only one option. Enter the arena. Fight for the call.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It's time for the Seattle Surge to take on the Florida Mutineers here in lower bracket round 1. An elimination matchup. Here, the first, well, actually the second in the major. We've already to say goodbye to the London Royal Ravens. Honestly, what a banging series that really was. I thought the Ravens were going to do it. I was screaming at my monitor. What a delight it was. But Ultra fans around the world rejoice. They will play Røkkr now for a rematch for the King of the North title. My name is Miles Ross, and that guy right there is Chance. And we could not be more excited to get this bad boy on the road. Chance, my friend, welcome. Welcome to our new digital set. I don't know where we are, but it's nice here.
That was beautiful. It's beautiful, just like the day is going to be, Miles. A ton of action that we have today. The Florida versus Seattle match that we get to cast is going to be a very fun one, just because of how comparable these two teams are. It is very much the assault rifles on both sides of the board. You know what to expect. You know it's going to be solid performances on both sides. And really, it's a battle of who can bully out the other team's SMGs.
Well, let's see who gets the bullying done first. Before we get to all the fun analysis, let's quickly meet the Seattle Surge. Boy, we got some fun today.
The Salt's in trouble. Prestinni looking dangerous. Such aggression right now.
Octane, he's just ripping through the entirety of the Guerrillas. Wow. They line up in front of him, Loony. The angle. What is that? He got the kill. Are you kidding me? Now Seattle's inside. 249. Seattle won.
Seattle Surge, one half of our nautically themed teams here in this elimination matchup. Octane, Prestinni, Loony, and Gunless. In the mouths of many fans, many players around, but can they bring the magic here today? Seattle Surge looking to bounce back after what was a tough season last year. But again, Chance, I think we're in a good spot so far. Prestinni may not be there, Octane and Loony are on their phones, and Gunless as well. Quite frankly, just happy to be here right now. But these guys, man, I mean, this is a big turnaround for them. A victory here against Florida would be tremendous.
I mean, both of these teams really need to get that ball rolling, both sitting at 1-4. And I think for Seattle, really, you just need Prestinni to show up today, right? It is him and Loony, especially so in control. The slaying power is not quite get there. And that is the puzzle that Seattle is looking to solve. How can we get our two SMGs more involved? How can we bump up those slaying numbers? What kind of pacing issues need to be fixed? If they're able to solve that problem, they've had a ton of game 5s, a ton of close maps, let alone they're knocking on the devil's door, Miles. They're so close to turning into that top team we know they can be. The question is, when are they going to get there?
Well, I can hear the door knocking. It's time to open that door and say howdy doody to the Florida Mutineers.
The dictionary defines redemption as the deliverance of persons or things from the possession and power of captors.
It is a 3-0 victory over the Florida Mutineers.
As the act of making something better. as the act of making up for a loss.
It is over, and that is a shocker for the Mutineers.
We define it as inevitable. You can count our KD. You can count our headshots. You can count our hill time. What you can't do is count us out.
Florida Mutineers looking to get it done here in the lower bracket. Chance we've seen some magic from them so far this season. Again, a little bit of a fall from grace, it has to be said. But two newest members of the roster, Slacked and Neptune, looking very dangerous. Awakening needs no introduction. And of course, Skies was one of our Astro MVP candidates for the 2020 season. The Mutineers, I mean, they are without a shadow of a doubt a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, they were expected to be a top 4 team. I think is where people had them in the power rankings, at least at the start of the year. Now they find themselves again. They are 1-4 on the year. They are facing elimination in the first round that they play. I would say the positive takeaway for this team, though, is their search and destroy as a collective has not been good. They've only had 2 days to go over the gameplay, but that is the one mode where you can accomplish quite a bit in terms of figuring out strats, what's going wrong. So if Florida can figure out their S&D, they might be able to go a long way in this tournament.
Oh, Chance, that sounds awfully a lot like a game fuel key to victory. We will now be showing you Florida's. My friend, take us through it.
And again, I mean, Search and Destroy, they're 1-4 on the record, but you would look at what like Awakening has been doing. #1 in KD, #1 in damage per round, #1 in kills per round. He's averaging 1.09 kills for every single round that they face. I don't know how good that sounds. The next highest player in the league is TJ, and he's sitting at a 0.9. The difference between Awakening to TJ is the difference between TJ and the player that is 23rd on the leaderboard. Suffice to say, Awakening has had the best search and destroy performances so far this entire year. Incredibly consistent, has the highest average number of kills per game as well. He's averaging double digits. All of those positive things for the team to be 1-4 in the game mode. They need to clean up the middle round adjustments. They need to start winning their 1v1s.
Well, let's see if they can win the controls as well. Now a game fuel keys to victory chance for the Seattle Surge.
I mean, really, it comes down to slaying power for this team. They are able to dodge the Garrison hardpoint, which I think is a nice plus for Seattle in the pick and bans, because that is the only map that Florida has been winning in the hardpoint. So strong start there. Of course, they also want to drown out the SMGs on the flip side, trying to shut down Slack, trying to shut down Neptune as well. And of course, well, we talked about the Search and Destroy. Florida has not been clutch in the slightest. Again, outside of Awakening, they're starting to make mistakes. Just let it happen. You can take your time. Neptune occasional throw away his life. Slack has not been very clutch in those 1v1, 1v2, so try to punish him there. And of course, well, that control as a default for Seattle. 0-5 in the game mode, and they have been getting slayed out to a ridiculous degree. Gotta be more patient with your lives. Gotta play more conservatively. Obviously for Garrison, a little bit defense-sided. You need that if you go to a round 5.
I mean, I maintain now if Seattle Surge win Garrison control, I mean, it's not like it's one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, but I feel like it basically is the series, right? If Seattle win the control for me, I feel like their Search and Destroy is strong enough, and there is enough of there's enough competition between both teams here in the hard points. The control is absolutely the sealer for me. If Seattle can take the control, I think they take the series. That stat on your screen there in the quick scope, 0-5 in control. Again, the keystone here of this series for me. If Seattle can find the win, they get the series there. But Florida Mutineers at 2-3, like they're showing a lot of promise. It's the Search and Destroy is their biggest weakness. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath chance. I mean, these are two teams who have got glaring opportunities to really fix things. They've had 2 days to get that done. It comes down to now who has managed to make the most of those days off, change their game.
And again, that's why in my mind for Florida, that job is just a little bit easier, right? If you're trying to fix Search and Destroy, that is very much done with like VOD review rather than scrims, right? You just see the situations where you've failed on maps past, try to make those adjustments. And I will say though, on paper, obviously it does look like those hard points might be a split. It needs to be said, all 3 of the Florida Mutineers wins have come on Garrison hardpoint. We are not going to be seeing that map in the series. We're starting out on Crossroads, and the last time we saw at least Seattle play this map, this is when Gunless, well, he figured out what tick rate he needs to play on, and he dropped 40. out of the gates. Absolutely my player to watch for Seattle.
Well, eyes are on him. Here we go. Seattle Surge, Florida Mutineers. Florida are going to be in the teal arrows. It's going to be Seattle Surge in the white. Map 1 now getting underway. Welcome, Call of Duty fans. This one is going to be an absolute treat. On board with Slack to kick this one off. Again, one of the submachine gun players we talked about. The keys there for Seattle is to try to drown those players out, deal the damage. And already Slacked, he may well have nailed it. Nice opening kills. As we're going to go over towards the hard point now. Awakening finds one as well. So Florida, we're going to start this one off with a bang chance.
And nice little timing to at least break the hill initially. You see Awakening's goal, though. It's less about the hill time, more about the flips. And he's actually drawing all of those arrows just to hunt him down. So while they're successful on taking down Awakening, maybe an opening for Florida to try to get inside the hill. There's not much of a map clearance right now. Seattle doing a very nice job to stabilize until they flip the spawns immediately. Pushed up a little bit too far past the truck, but at least for Seattle, still getting the hill time. Maybe not that big of a deal.
Of course, it is first to 250 points here. Looking towards the next hard point, which now will open in 15 seconds towards the far right-hand side of the screen. Again, looks like Mutineers are in full control of this area. Slack trying to push that front line forward while picking up a bit of a hard time as you do. A nice dodge of the double nades up over the top. Gets a kill for his troubles. I'm loving this out of Slacked. That's a nice two-piece as well. Full control. And a nice string kills to boot.
And honestly, just a nice moment. Just that slight slip-up of giving up those back spawns. Well, Florida potentially going to pay dividends. Investing in their game and in this time as well. Slacked on a 4 spree. He's potentially thinking about those streaks. But more importantly, already been able to overtake that lead. Unfortunately for him, all of his teammates fall. He actually gets caught inside the hill, able to find one by himself. These players just trying to hunt him down. Slack, at the very least, did do a very nice job to buy his teammates some time, but either way, Seattle on the break, a very back-and-forth game we have so far.
Yeah, this is nice. I mean, already we're off to a good start. It's what we expect in the hard points. Relatively even match. Neptune's going to come and find the trades there on point. A nice bit of an overwhelming push there from Florida Mutineers. Neptune's on a 2 spree, Slacked on a 1 so far. Slacked 8 and 3. So one thing you really want to be looking out for here in this series again is the submachine gun players there at Florida. It's on Neptune and it's on Slack to go as big as they possibly can here in the kills department. Awakening on your screen there, running that flex. Just trying to be a nuisance in this hard point. Just about to rip wide open. There it is. Prestinni's going to find 1 or 2 there. Octane gets involved up close with the XM4. The skies drops as well. So with that, we will see Seattle with the hard point.
On the clean 4 down is very nice. You got Loony backing up just to make sure he can block those spawns. You got Cliff covered, and you got P1 pushed out. Prestinni, not going to be easy to get past him. This is an incredibly tricky spot. First kill, nice and free for him. Frankly, well, Skies is just waiting for the challenge. You see the wrap actually had to come in through the flank through mid-map. It's the only way they're able to get that clearance, but hey, Slack comes through, picks up 3, the break is in, Prestinni drops, and the spawns have been flipped. They took 10 seconds to set it up, and they knock it down perfectly. Nice little strike they're able to get, and they retake the lead.
Yeah, what can they do now, though? This is going to be a very important hard point. P4 here on Garrus, on checkmate, excuse me, this is a big one. A lot of opportunities now to pick up a big lead for Florida Mutineers. If they can hold on effectively, that's going to be the key. Surge has to be a clean break. You've got to make sure you stop them spawning on the left-hand side of the map, underneath that large rock on the mini-map. That's going to be the crucial position. Find those kills, get them out of that spot. Slacked on the front line. Once again, another big 1v1 win. Slacked is 13 and 5 overall to start this one off. This is a transformation from what we've seen so far out of the Mutineers.
And Awakening, you talk about being hungry for some kills. He needs 2 more, and well, he might be able to at least get that artillery at his disposal. Gunless is going to be big door, and well, the kills need to come his way. He's going to get them. Unfortunately, while this has been going on, well, Loony gets to the contest spot, and Loony, well, was able to pick up the player inside the hill. Obviously does not last very long. You see Awakening does have the artillery. The crew's going to fall in short order. That is streaks for Awakening and a 50-point lead for Florida. We've done a fantastic job of either being gifted the spawns or taking them out of the hands of Seattle. We've been struggling through that first set.
Yeah, Florida is not asking for permission right now. I mean, Awakening's still on that spree. 8 in a row now. Here come the streaks. Give me the cruise missile at first. He will not be able to launch the extras, but he's going to guide this one a little slowly. There comes the push. Doesn't manage to land much, but it does force everyone from Seattle on the inside. Big Wake still on your screen, finding these shots. There's kill number 9. Can we get number 10 out of this one? It would be impressive, but no, Loony is going to put a stop to the rampage that Awakening had. With that, I would love to hear what Seattle now try to do with a hard point in hand. Time for an Astro Gaming listen in with Seattle Surge.
Yeah, they checked me, they double tap, triple tap, triple time, triple time.
Right. Go entire.
Barrel
door. I spawned out. Double D. Go on. Double D here. Double D.
They spawned behind
here too. They're still.
I think they're spawning parallel on me.
I'm just holding another one here. Nice. I'm getting comms. Look in the left. Double cliff. Double AR stiff.
I'm trying to tell the
Two left. To the
behind me. Back left. He's top flat.
Here. I'm shutting.
Yeah, I'm on truck.
Wait for each other. I have your up left.
I'm trying to go top down.
One shot.
Double dub. Stop comms in time. Nep is dub.
He's under you. Absolutely. Icebox. Alright, let's go around left. We're spawning left for now, guys.
I'm coming left. Top sandbags right side.
I see him top sandbag. Dead. Waiting's one mid.
Middle map.
Dead. Good up too. I'm trying to spawn these guys. I'm on bullet.
Where'd that dude go? Do we know?
I'm truck right now.
We said we can make this trap and then we can get a good fire.
Open crate. Push up. You push up. Open dead. Up two. Good job. 24 seconds here.
Right?
You're trying to push up P1.
What's P1 on me?
I got the rest of this. Look at your big door.
P1, I'm trying to block.
Big door, one shot.
Back door weak as well. Alright, there's two.
Caesar's
already P1.
He's hard flash.
Guys, we are hearing the passion from Seattle Surge. Any takeaways from the comms?
I mean, the tournament intensity is certainly there. The problem is being able to hold a spawn. That has been their problem this entire game. Really, the streaks being a big part of that. But this is what it comes down to, man. The P3 to P4, we talked about it all the time. They were not able to stabilize the last go around. This is the moment for Seattle. You stretch these two hills together, you're right back in the game. If Florida's able to break through pretty much just one time, able to solidify it. Still an 80-point difference between these teams.
Yeah, again, if they can stitch these two hard points together, that's going to be a big win for Surge. Over what they go now, though, and the break from the front is after the contest is there. Octane winner of those gunfights on the outside. Loony with the inside SMG plays, finds 3 in a row. That's big. Hard point time still ticking. You're keeping those members now of Florida Mutineers spawning by this second hard point, way deep on the left-hand side now, and Slack to Neptune are trying to make the play up from the top side. Here we go. Up and over the counters they go. In the hard point. Prestinni's going to be the fight they need to take care of. Prestinni gets one. Prestinni gets them both. Seattle Surge, they hold on 15 seconds and have still got spawns on the left-hand side covered.
And this is picture perfect, as good as it could get. That is 2 clean 4 down kills that they were able to get. Makes it nice and easy on this rotation. Prestinni spawns right back up. You can get this setup you're looking for. You got the player inside the hill. He's got the help for both the doors, and everyone else, well, they need to watch the cross. Octane gets taken down, 2-2 split, and Slack, he's able to push out the back rock, and the spawns just like that have been flipped. Gunless, the last player for Seattle that's alive. And bar a hero play, well, there's number 3. It's going to be a tough spot for Seattle.
Oh, Gunless. I mean, he got pinched in the end, but man, what a play that was to stay alive. Trying to keep the streaks going, but it's not going to last for much longer. Surge now have to make the break from the front. Here comes the push. You still have everyone there for the Mutineers lined up on the defense, ready to rock and roll. Looney's going to run into trouble indeed. Slack finds it. Gunless gets the immediate trade. Prestinni now on the right-hand side, pushing up behind Octane, trying to bring the submachine guns to the front line, trying to get involved in the mix, but it's so hard to hit this point. Up over the top, Prestinni goes. It's one and done, but that is still going to be Florida's hard point. 206 and climbing now, chance. They have locked this one down. We go back to the center of the map for a third time and possibly a final time here in this hard point.
And this is where things just get incredibly complicated for Seattle. It is just a little bit of scrap time here, a little bit of scrap time there for Florida. They're able to take that game number 1. It is the start that they needed, though. It's effectively a 4 down. You're going to be spawning them on the side of the map that you want them. Seattle, the opportunity's still here. Of course, pressure's on. Gunless inside the point, dealing with 3.
Yeah, dealing with 3. Gunless can't get it all done by himself. Prestinni now trying to get in on the mix, but he's the last player. A big 1v1 win against Skies there. Spawns do change, though. Prestinni, great awareness. He does get the slide out. It's not going to be enough to get the job done. Awakening pushing his front line forward. Loony gets the kills as well. Loony finds a second. It's great individual plays now from Surge, but it's one at a time. They are trickling onto the point. There's a bit of a complicated spawn there. As you can see, number 3 at the bottom side of the minimap. He might make things a little bit difficult right now, and it's once again, it's Slacked. Through the middle of the map he goes. Octane tagged up. Perfect teamwork coming through. The shots are there. Slacked makes the break. But no hard point time just yet. It's on a Neptune now. Can't get the win here, but they still have spawns on that right-hand side chance. It's 30 points now for the win for Florida.
Seattle trying to flood around. Prestinni, he is the lone man by himself. And Skies, he feels the pressure. He's backing all the way up. He gets Slack to spawn in the back, but Prestinni actually inside the hill. He's going to get dropped, and you actually just have the parallel fight coming in. You got the ARs battling over sides of the truck, and Skies, well, taking his time for the gunfight while his teammates actually inside the point. scrappy as it could be right now. Loony up top, kills back and forth, and Seattle finally get the break, finally get the spawns. Miles, they are still alive.
Still alive. Octane's the only player in the hard point. In from behind, there's going to be another one. Trades back and forth. It is furious there on the point right now. Loony up high. Great bit of a movement. Great timing. Going to keep the hard point out of the hands of the Florida Mutineers for now, but no one from Seattle just yet on it. Finally, starting to tick the time over. This is going to be a big hold now. Again, the final 15 seconds are great, but you got to make the break over the top. Loony's got to make the play now. He has to charge through. Any kills are going to be very, very welcome. There's the first for Loony. Slip slides through, gets the second. The man is on a run, and Seattle, they are not out of this yet. Chance, they're holding on.
Still a couple players in the back, though. Loony, you can see he can sort of feel the pressure, but he knows he's got a lot of doors to pay attention to. His teammates, though, have swarmed over to the big door side of things, but still, there's a player coming on the flank. Neptune, the pinch is in. He's going through the front. His teammates flooding in the back. The kills go their way. Octane last one alive for the team. And Skies takes him down. Florida, the break is in. 18 seconds. Game one is there.
Oh, that could be it. That could be it from Neptune there. The kills come through, and here comes another push from Surge. Can they get the break once again? A win from Prestinni. Slacked on the point now alone. The trades come through once again, and just like that, Seattle Surge in full control of the point. The problem now is, though, they still have to hold this. They've got to make their way over towards the next one as well. And with Florida getting so close, the scrap time is simply impossibly valuable right now. Prestinni finds one on the push on the upstairs. And again, the kills keep coming through from Seattle. There's not a lot of trades now working out for Florida. The spawns are still there, but wait, they've changed now. And that's it. Seattle Surge in a position to grab this one. But again, I think you have to make the play. You have to get the contest quickly, because otherwise Florida are going to pick up the win here. My maths ain't great, but it's pretty damn good. The contest, Florida. Oh boy, what a first hard point that was.
Chaos ensues, Miles. I talk about teams. No one can hold a spawn. No one can hold a hill. Trades on trades on trades. And Florida happy for the advantage that they had. I mean, they had a 60, 70, 80 point lead at a certain time. Seattle fighting tooth and nail for the comeback. When it comes down to it, man, Seattle throughout that entire game unable to hold a P2 spawn, unable to hold the P3 and P4. They got broken constantly, and even towards the end, you think there's a moment, you think Seattle spawns him out, you can get the wrap to P4, but oh, turns out they can still win on the old time, and that final tick comes through. Seattle so close yet so far, and Florida, well, is their first hardpoint win on a map not named Garrison. A happy one for them. Starting the series off the right way.
And that was a sweat fest. Like, what a bout that was at times. I mean, for me, the biggest takeaway is just like that never say die attitude from Seattle. Like, if that's an indicator of the way this series goes, we're in for an absolute treat. Stats on the screen there, friends. And again, we talked about the submachine gun plays, and for both sides, they're going into the hard point. And I will say, I mean, Prestinni, 28-33, big engagements all around. Loony, 27-26, some of the most crucial break kills I've seen for Surge. On the other side of the board, though, man, Slack to Neptune, 30-25 and 26-33. Those boys were getting thick in the blood, the mud, and the snow there on Crossroads. You'll love to see it. You know what? Let's just go straight to a break. Let's just go right now. Let's just get this done and over. We want to get into the search and destroy probably more than the fans do. Let's get it, friends. When we come back after this very, very, very quick break, we'll get you some more search and destroy. The major. The major, baby. The first match wasn't good enough. The second is crazy. Just cut my mic. I can't stop. I'm too excited. Let's go, baby. CDL.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Celebrate the major by purchasing a case of Game Fuel to earn a free CDL team pack. Visit gamefuel.com/CDL for more info. Tournament audio and team listenings are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Florida Mutineers, brilliant players all round. It's all on a slack. This is it.
Just straight up winning the gunfights.
Now it's looking a bit spicy. Skies on a rampage right now. Run, Florida. This could be huge. Big weight.
Awareness level 99 for Awakening.
And Neptune starting to look a bit nasty. Welcome to the COD League, young man.
Florida just pulled out some magic to make it happen.
And what a show they're putting on for us. We're almost ready to dive into the search and destroy here between the Florida Mutineers and Seattle Surge. I told you we weren't wasting any time, and I don't believe we are. Very excited, as I'm sure you can tell. As we look at our maps and modes, Crossroads is done. Checkmate S&D up next. Gary Control, followed by Raid to Moscow and Chance. I mean, I'm getting the tingle in my bones. That first hard point just got a real tickle out my pickle. We're going to a game 5. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I mean, you might be feeling it, but if you're a fan of the Florida camp, you might be hoping just if you can win this S&D, you might be feeling a confident 3-0. Again, if you're looking at this series stacked up on paper, the hard points would be split. The S&D, I mean, for Florida, again, it's just whether or not they can rally around Awakening. Man has been a machine so far. If he can keep it up, which, I mean, he showed no signs of slowing down. Again, for Florida, it is just close out an extra round here or there, win the 1v1, don't throw away the advantages that you have, and they go from a 1-4 team in Search to a lethal threat on the map. It's about whether or not they can put it together in time this first major.
They've got bad memories here on Checkmate, but we'll see if they can't rewrite those with some very happy memories. Slacked especially, he's looking fine in this series so far, but again, we talk about Awakening. Number 1, search and destroy KD by a long shot in 4 out of 5 games. The man's picking up over 11 kills. Like, that is insane. A repeat performance here would be absolutely ideal for them. Let's see what Surge have in the bag. On offense, now we go. Straight in towards that B-bomb. Not a real contest heavy in the plane here. A couple of flashes either side is just going to soften one another up. No information really gained, except for that one. That landed home. There come the gunfights. Guy's now waiting to poke out. Neptune's going to try to bring the fight up close, and Slacked is already on the flank, but Octane reads it. A big win. Loony gets the trades out, though, and that's going to be a 2 versus 3 situation. Seattle with the numbers.
It's the AR is trying to take the plane as well, so if they can get them into the plane, they might be in a good spot. That's what Awakening is doing. Either way, you see Gunless is backed all the way up, and Octane's backed all the way up as well. It is not easy for these players to try to make a play. You see Awakening actually with the 74U as well, and time is ticking as they're trying to flank around the waves.
Oh, big win from Skies, and that's another big one there from Awakening. Awakening now gets traded out. Loony! Oh! Pounces from top wing to find the 2 and the round.
That is a confident and, might I say, necessary call for Seattle to make sure they don't give anything away. Loony's saving the round right there for him, but also an important thing for Octane. Just massive gunfight win. He picks up on Slacked. It looks like the setup from Florida was effectively a trap that they were trying to set up, but Octane makes the read, gets the kill on him. It gives his team the man advantage. Either way, maybe the man advantage not necessary for Loony. 3-0. Perfect start for him.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, that's the perfect situation to be in a 3v2. Last man on the trades gets both of them. Huge work from everyone around just to deal the damage there. But once again, we're going to over now to Florida Mutineers on the offense. Loony, the man of the map last time. Stacking up towards the backside of the plane now, looking to find some entries, and Awakening making his way forward. Tags out with a Krig. Got a lot of map coverage now. All the Florida Mutineers. The defense is very stacked heavy towards that plane, and they know it's coming. Prestinni, oh my god, he lives. Skies, though, will not let it happen. Now the push onto the B-bomb as well. Oh, Skies finds his second. Nice bit of work. There's a third around the corner if he can have it. Loony's top plane as well. Awakening now getting involved in the gunfight. That's going to be a nice kill there from Awakening. Now all falls to Loony in this 1v4 chance. And the bomb down. Woohoo! Florida secure the round.
We'll be able to see it, I imagine, in the best play once again. But honestly, just clean teamwork in, right? Awakening gets Prestinni, 1 shot down low. Skies goes hunting. As the next player that Skies kills, also apparently 1 or 2 shot. Don't know who the help was there. Maybe Neptune down low, but even the plays from Skies at the end doesn't take the gunfight right away. Calls in the reinforcements, and of course, it's awaiting from the bottom wings. Traps Gunless in. Perfect teamwork, at least in that round for Florida. Tying things up 1-1. Got Seattle back on the attack, though. Last time it was a slow play around the play, and this time they might be hitting A Street as aggressive as you can.
I don't know if we've seen a push like this outside of league play. Let's go, boys. They've got it. Here comes the kills. I think a little bit of information gain there, but you still have to be worried about the plane push. And yeah, you can see the arrows on the minimap. They're worried about it, but oh boy, it is World War III. Over by the A Street, Awakening with a nice big opening kill. Sky's now looking to get the angles. Oh my god, the trap is set. And the jaws of the Florida Mutineers, the Kraken has just been unleashed, man. They have just ripped those two players apart. Loony now trying to retake, quite literally, room by room, the cabins of this aircraft. Slack's going to be on the bomb there, and Loony now, he can slide up, potentially find it. Neptune's going to make that real hard. And Octane get involved as well. Sky's hitting the flank. Oh my god. Oh, it's a massacre! It's a massacre! As Florida take their second round.
And they are one of two options, I think, that happened that round. Either the play was to try to catch someone off guard over towards this A site and pick them right away, or the plan was to get the bomb down. But you had what? All four players right there that they just spotted Awakening, got scared, turned, and ran away, and they didn't even get the kill. I just assumed you bully out the alley, try to take the gunfight. You get 3 guns versus 1. Trust yourself to at least trade and go for the bomb down, but all that for the alley control just to effectively trap themselves in. Yeah, not the best mid-round play call, but now inside the plane, Loony looking for the first blood. Him and Prestinni get those first 2 down.
Yeah, that was great. They managed to make their work out with no friendly fire, no real damage being dealt. Skies managed just to get involved with the nade there, but and I was going to say, Florida Mutineers, before that round, they were combined for a total 8 kills in a row as a team. Octane now, big XM4 shots. Skies, last player left alive, 1v3 situation. He's on a 5 spree. I mean, you want to live for the streaks here.
Like, streaks too.
Yeah, don't die. Don't throw your life away. Play this one slow and steady. The bomb's down. There's 45 seconds left. I mean, just sit in that corner and hold your breath. No noise. And you know what? Maybe we shouldn't make any noise.
We get the next 35 seconds just to hang out, Miles. Nothing's going to happen in this round. He has found his corner, Seattle. They know they don't need to give anything away. Give the bomb plant. Nothing matters. Just don't die. And
wait. He's gone top red. He's gone red tower. He might be able to see something here, but this guy's like, he's trying to play the tiniest portion of his body here. He gives away anything, he's dead. And no one from Seattle is budging. They're like, there's no point in either giving him a kill or throwing the round in any weird way. They don't necessarily know that the bomb is down top B, but it don't matter. I was going to ask you, mate, what did you have for breakfast? We could have talked about that last series. We had plenty of time there to do some breakdowns, but a nice round from Seattle. Big brain plays, like that's a smart thing to do. Not a problem with that round whatsoever.
Octane, about as good as it gets. If you're talking about the man that needs to have that AR battle against Awakening, throw him in a 1v1. Octane does it with the best of them. Able to get that kill, throw up his second on board, and tie 2-2. I'd say the interesting thing for Seattle is the one time they tried to bully out the A site, just no success. So they might be stuck in a spot where they just have to play it standard. Just take your time around the plane, work for picks. Because outside of that, any of their bully strats have not paid off.
Glad we're staying on board with Skies here. See if he can make these streaks go any larger. Oh, Octane, the sniper, the assassin, takes care of Skies. Stops him dead in his tracks. Loony now with the top B control. Looking to get that bomb ever so closer towards that B target. And Slacked in his position on top table here. See it time and time again. The engineer play there from Loony. He knows exactly he will be there. There is no point throwing his life away. They can't throw anything at him quite literally because of the trophy. Neptune. There at the back of the plane, Awakening. Oh my word, what an angle. Tags are up. Here comes the flank. Awakening reads it. Loony's in! Loony's in! Shots are there. The trade could come through any second now. There it is from Slack, but now he's opened himself up to a punch. And Seattle surged left, right. Good night. Round 3.
So quick, too. So quick. The knockout blow. They are down for the count. Just able to go on the flank, pinch the guys inside the plane. And as long as you get the timing right for the trades, you'll be good to go. An interesting note, of all the positive things we've said about Florida for their search and destroy, another one is they had the second best overall first blood percentage across the league. And again, in spite of that, still just 1-4. It is all these middle round adjustments. It is all these clutch situations. They have not had a lot of success. And so far what we've seen this game, Seattle done a great job of finding these first bloods. Last round it was Octane. 2 rounds before that it was Loony and Prestinni bullying out the actual airplane. So if Seattle can keep up this in the first blood department, it's going to be in a great spot. And Gunless, well, he delivers.
He delivered fantastically there. Awakening, didn't know what hit him. Prestinni now making his way up to that top right-hand side of the wing, playing it quite slowly. In a great spot. If anyone tries to jump up to get involved in that fight in the cabin, he's got him covered. But look, it's the A push now from the bomb. Prestinni 1 and 4 so far. Impactful kills nonetheless. 2-man push. Gunless the only one. Slack catches a little bit of friendly fire there from a teammate, but that's not a problem. The trophy's going to give the play up now, surely. Surely Seattle Surge start to make the move across. However, the bomb is still coming in towards B. Neptune picks up the weapon of his fallen comrade. Puts the cheater Krig to good work. It's a lovely pick to make it a 3v2 now. Florida desperately trying to stay in this, and Neptune, fantastic patience. Slack's going to be able to get the bomb down now, but Loony just the top of his head. Bomb doesn't go down. 15 seconds remain. Neptune's going to jump straight back on it. Loony! Easy pickings. Another great round there from Seattle.
Just a little bit too tall. Loony just ripping their heads off, and well, best play, you'll see it again. I mean, Slack had to have been, what, a millimeter seemingly away from getting the bomb down, and Neptune, well, was forced in a tough spot, but this is the exact same story for Florida. Even when they're getting the first bloods, they are never winning those 2v2s, 2v3s, one-on-ones. They just do not have that success, that clutch factor, whatever it is right now. And even with Neptunes, finding those picks, you think things are turning around? Nope, absolutely not. As long as Seattle just keeps up these first bloods, man, gotta be feeling good. And of course, well, Octane's on a 4 spree. He's found a first blood or 2. Gunless, not too far behind, has done the exact same.
Right and true now on the defense towards B. Got Awakening covering that back left. Prestinni might be able to catch him on the cross here, but what I'm liking seeing already out of the Florida Mutineers is they may be down by 2 rounds, but it's a much more, balanced effort from across the entire team. They seem to be playing this a lot smarter. Surge are just outstanding when it comes to the first bloods, and those mid-round adaptations are looking magnificent. Neptune on the far back defense, the way back. That nice little angle through the sort of the tear in the sheet metal there is going to give him a bit of an opening. But Gunless is like, you know what, dudes? I've had enough of this waiting. I've had enough. Flak Jacket's one thing, Slacked. Can they stop the bullets of my mighty XM4? If not me, Loony with the bait makes his way forward. Loony gets the second as well. We don't need no help. Unbelievable. Neptune from behind now making his way forward. It's going to be 2 for Neptune as well. And just like that, it's a 1v2 with the bomb down. What a flurry of action. Loony saw it.
Grinding search for moments like this. You got to let him work, make the plays. He's got some time. Loony obviously knows where he's at, and you can see Prestinni just watching the cross, but if he's able to get in the plane, still an opportunity for the clutch.
Do you know the timing could be great? Makes a lot of noise though. Loony might peek this. He's feeling himself. There's the shoulders, throws the shoulders, throws the shots. Neptune finally gets the kill. It's a 1v1, 12 seconds on the clock. Neptune's going to be straight in the bomb. The tag's going to land through. Prestinni on the slide. Oh, wait a minute!
He got it!
He got it! Neptune,
no, he did it! Let's go!
Wait, did he? Wait! Oh,
bang!
My word, Neptune, what a round!
He has been grinding S&D, been playing wagers non-stop. I might have been a 1v4 in an ace, I can't quite remember, but at the very least, the 1v3 towards the end, the perfect timing to get the quick kill on Prestinni. Picks the bomb up with 7.8 on the clock. The rookie, man, I tell you, these kids come in, and as long as you get that background in S&D, that is the type of play Florida has been desperate for. The young man delivers.
That was the ace for Neptune as well. What an unbelievable round. Scuff play the game. You assignment tactical play. Sorry, something in my throat right there. Let's get it. Oh my God. All right. Well, now that that's done. Florida not out of this yet. They're playing this one a little slower, I must admit. Like on the offense, Neptune Krig in hand this time. Okay, so he's put the submachine gun down, put the 74U down. An angle that is on Prestinni. Gunless over towards the A site on the defense there. And it looks like we could see a very, very quick pivot now from Florida. If they get a pick over towards B, I think the rest of the team might go for the dip in towards A, but keep that bomb on the B bomb site. It's Slack, the lone player here. He's got Awakening on the right wing, as he has been pretty much all game long. We're waiting for that first kill to come through. This is tense. There is just over 30 seconds remaining in this round. Here we go. This is it. This is the moment you need. Loony's going to get the fight started. He's going in, baby. Flip slide. I mean, shoots everything. Shoots everything except for the player on the bomb. Slacked is still going to have the bomb there. The trades come through, and it is going to be the advantage to Surge. Bomb goes down. Octane up close. Great bit of work there. Prestinni just over his shoulder. Sky is now trying to hit the flank. The timing could be incredible if he can work out how to use a ladder. There's the first. Shots are in. Skies can't get it done under the second player as Prestinni gets the kill. Now, that is that. The timing could have been insane, but instead, Surge will get the defuse. Put themselves on map point.
I mean, Surge, it just goes to show they have done their homework. I mean, Loony has been a machine just with these first blood, though. He comes sliding into the bomb site, though, and won't start shooting it effectively a trophy, but he still manages to find a kill. And eventually, the first bloods are enough to get it done. The pressure towards the back of the plane, and Prestinni with a nice gunfight towards the end just to close it out, because admittedly, these guys did make things very interesting. Just a bullet away from closing that one down, and frankly, overall for Seattle, again, Awakening, averaging double digits in search and destroy. This game effectively has been completely shut down. Seattle have put in the work, but obviously, game not over yet. Still one round away. Going back to more of the center. Doubling up and playing double up in A Street. Looking for these first bloods.
Well, Big Loony doesn't necessarily have the same ring to it. He is certainly getting the job done right now. Oh, sneaky boys. Sneaky, sneaky boys. The nade comes through. There's the tag. And here come the enforcers of Florida Mutineers. The kill's there from Neptune and Slacked. The bomb does go down there, and yeah, you may as well go for the defuse quickly. You have to retake the bomb site. Octane, you gotta go, bro! Gunless gets the kill. Brilliant work there to get the player right off the top of it. Awakening now versus Gunless over by the A Street. It comes to this. Awakening gets the big win. Octane, last player left alive. There is ample time to still get the defuse, but Octane has to play this one very sensibly. But maybe go back over towards the A Street. Oh, there it is. Tags are up, finds the kill. Watch for the next player's push. 15 seconds remaining. Is the hunt on? It's good. Skies gets it. And he's just going to be able to stick the defuse as well. Oh boy, that round. Woo!
Woo! I mean, that's a round just about survival, hanging on. Because by God, the Gunless and Octane just not make things interesting. I mean, honestly, for Florida, nice job on the retake. You take care of the trophy, you get the nades on site, and you just demolish the two players that were trying to play on bomb. After that, again, things got dicey. Awakening, to his credit, big one-on-one gunfight he had against Gunless. The gunfight of the round, potentially, but still, Florida, they have not had any success in these first blood categories. They have been struggling, and they still need these two next rounds. Two players up A Street, the other two down the opposite side of the road. Gunless again, the lone man on A bomb. Potentially, this is who Neptune. He might be looking for a timing just to go on this flank and try to take Gunless down. God. The timing works out. First blood to Neptune.
Neptune just dropped a spirit bomb on top of him. That was hideous. Uncheck. Don't find a thing. Slack wins a big one on Prestinni there. That's massive. 4v2 now. Great timing. One player still left from the bomb site. Octane over by the tube. NASA. Many names for that one. Quick transition over towards the back. Loony, great timing, great timing. Not good enough on the shots, though. Not able to catch those players stacking up. Maybe Octane will have more luck. No, he won't. It's a round 11. We're going the distance, baby. All the way. Oh, my God. The play, dude. Oh, it's round 11.
Round 11 for these two teams. I'm feeling the stress. I can't imagine what's going through their heads. You got Florida that's just dealing with what the 5-3 comeback. You got Seattle trying not to let it slip away. Round 11 on checkmate. Seattle's got the offense. They need to tie up this series. Having control as the next map has not been their biggest payoff. Prestinni, well, he's got the XM4. Quite a few players around this right side wing. This might be the first time they've pushed up through Tetris. You can see Loony. He has been a first blood wizard so far in this game. He's thinking about it, and Sky's well trapped in the corner. Prestinni's got him trapped. Loony going for the kill.
Oh, no way!
First bloods are there.
They get both of them. They managed to get Neptune coming in and try to help out as well. Slack now on the bomb site alone. Loony's going to be able to gun him down. He's going to cut him to pieces. This is it. The round has fallen apart. It's on Big Wake in a 1v4. A 1v4 situation for the man who has been an absolute demon on this very map and mode. And it's nothing. The Demon Slayer Octane puts him down. Seattle Surge, they come screaming back.
Wasn't easy, but they got the job done. And Loony, again, you talk about a man that turned into a machine. His S&D has been a focal point for this team. He puts in work. He got 13, 14 kills maybe towards the end. All the first bloods you could ask for him. Anytime he was even taking a gunfight 1v2, came up with some sort of success, and even the play call towards the end, the first time they had pushed up through Tetra's side. And well, Caesar Sky's bueno. He gets caught out by Prestinni, hunted down by Loony. And Octane even there for the trade. Seattle, very important bounce back round for them to get. This thing's obviously very dicey. And Neptune starts to make things interesting like he did.
I mean, it looks all easy for Octane there. Like, yeah, I just had to win one big gunfight at the back of the map. Like, perfect reason where he was. But, like, man, that was a stressful search and destroy. Neptune with the ace, that incredible round with defuse, you name it. The buzzer beater, quick look at the stats. Nothing but love there for Loony. 13 and 7, some crucial rounds. Incredible work either side. I mean, long term for me though, Chance, I'm looking at Florida, I'm like, wow, your search and destroy looks so much better than it has. Like, that was a gauntlet to go through against a team that were looking fierce. Like, I feel good in the long term, but for this series now I'm like, give me that game 5. I don't know what I need to do to make that happen. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know what you need to do, you as the fans. I don't know how we do this. Power cuts, someone gets... I don't know. I need it. I need that. Before we get to that, shenanigans, let's have a quick look at our US Army tactical players. Was going to be from Loony. It couldn't be from Neptune. They didn't win the map. That's the way it works here, friends. But man, was this man on fire, Chance?
I mean, take your pick. Which round do you want to see where he gets the first bloods? This time, I guess it's Gunless that makes the opening, but it just seemed like every single time Loony had to take a gunfight, it was always wild. There was always 3 people on his screen, but he was always able to connect with at least one, if not multiple. I think he got 3 first bloods to his name as well throughout the day. Honestly, this round was a nice little closeout. It could have been quite a few clutches from Neptune, and Loony just gets the timing perfect. Slack just a little bit too tall on sight. Well, Loony knows what the deal is. Perfect shoulder, perfect second kill. Puts them up with that 4-2 lead. Efficient work through and through. Again, 13 kills to his name, 3 first bloods. He could not ask for anything more.
Unbelievable stuff. Well, now comes the swing map in the series. Both teams tied up 1-1, but the control, this is going to be a big one. It's the first time we may see Seattle Surge win this one, or another great glaring opportunity for the Florida Mutineers to go up another map in this series. Let's just go to the break. I can't handle any more of this. This is too much. The Major is wonderful. See you after the break.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
This is your scuffed team of the CDL Super Week, a super team built with 4 of the top performers from the CDL Super Week. 3 players were chosen by the league, and the final player was selected by fan vote. Which AR player did the fans vote for? Stick around till the end to find out. First up, it's Huke of the Dallas Empire. It's hard to stand out on a roster that has monsters like Crimsix and Shotzzy on it, but Huke does it time and time again. He's arguably one of the most consistent and clutch members of the franchise. Throughout Super Week, he was dropping 30s in respawn like it was nothing, and he also went big in many of Dallas's S&Ds. Huke's efforts earned him the 4th highest overall KD and the 2nd highest control KD of the week. Next up, it's Simp. We often joke about having Simp on this series too much, but he just exemplifies a team of the week players so well. He's a consistent stat leader across the board, he rarely has bad maps, and he's one of the most clutch S&D players in the game. Super Week was no exception, with Simp posting solid numbers across pretty much every map. The only exceptions were FaZe's first 2 respawns versus the Paris Legion, where Simp started with an uncharacteristically low 28 and 54 KD. However, he bounced back like a monster in the final 2 maps of the series, dropping a massive 32 and 13 KD on Raid Hardpoint, and securing a nasty 1v3 clutch in map 5 to help FaZe secure the dub. For his insane S&D skills, it's TJ Haley of the LA Thieves. Tej had a ridiculous week of Search and Destroy. He had the most kills per round, the most total First Bloods, and the highest S&D KD of the entire field. But what really earned TJ the spotlight this week was his performance in the LA Thieves' final map versus the Seattle Surge. The LA Thieves closed out the 5-map series with a perfect 6-0 on Moscow S&D, and TJ was 100% the star of that map with his ridiculous 12-0 scoreline. Our final player selected by fan vote is Clayster of the New York Subliners. This COD OG's been ripping people with the AR for well over a decade, and it's clear he's got plenty more years of competing left in him. Clayster's Super Week performances were consistently strong across the board, but he really did work in the controls. The 3-time world champ posted the highest control KD of the week, in addition to the highest overall KD. That's your Scuff team of the CDL Super Week.
That was your Scuff team of the week. Get to do that all the time. We love it. Back over to our maps and modes though, because this series is about to reach a boiling point from which we may never return. 250, 235, Crossroads, 6-5. They're in the round 11 on Checkmate, and now Garrison Control. Quick sort of a bit of story time here, Chance. I don't think Surge, they've not won a single map single map of Control. Like, they just haven't done it. Is today the day?
Well, I mean, so that's the big question, right? Like, the fix for Florida coming into this weekend needed to be all about the Search and Destroy. 1-4 record, you're struggling to close out rounds, you're not winning any of your 2v2s, 2v3s, and granted, Neptune tried. He really did with the 1v4 clutch, but in spite of that, you still end up losing to the round 11. So Florida, well, the fix hasn't come through in time, at least not for the map 2. Flip side for Seattle, if they can fix their control, they will be in a great spot for the rest of the tournament. 0-5 on it now, 0-2 on Garrison. Just to take it a step further, they have not won a single offensive round on this map. They're 50-50 on their defenses. And again, this is a team that Prestinni and Loony combined for, I think it's -64 deaths in control. So they are never, if they continue performances like that, going to see a defense on round 5, which obviously on Garrison goes a long way. So we'll see if Seattle makes that fix, if they can figure out how to play more conservatively if the rounds just do not go their way. Of course, on defense, you do not want to throw any lives away while defending the B point. It is all about A.
Well, Magic has already been spread with London finding their very first Search and Destroy win today. I mean, why not give another one a Surge? Really make today that bit more exciting. I can hear the Florida fans from here saying, shut up, Miles. F2's going to start this one off with a bang, as does Octane, and that's a heavy push over towards B there from Seattle Surge. That, I mean, this could be a cap. Oh, and on the push to spawns. Go on, Prestinni. Go on, son. Get involved. Go on, son. Finds himself another one. Okay. Surge, okay. Chance, it's all you from here, mate. Ah!
I mean, making the plays by himself, the force spree for him, that's all he needs. Like, if you're having problems working with your AR players, go make the hero play. Prestinni trying to deliver. Frankly, on the flank, you got a couple players right now for Seattle pushing the back. Still like a 2v2 gunfight. If Seattle gets these quick enough, they could get to the A point. Unfortunately for Loony, he is going to fall. Gunless knows he needs to look for the spawn kills instead of trying to capture A. And well on Skies, he delivers for at least one before he gets traded out. But hey, lives are important. Seattle, well, they got 4 extra.
Yeah, what can you say? Prestinni started this map off absolutely twisted. We love that. Yep, B's gone over to A, now we go. And it's a slow push now from the outside of the map there. Loony's going to be one coming in, making his way through lights. If he can win that gunfight, it's going to be tough with Awakening poking him in the side. Skies gets done with a nade. That's going to be a little bit more solid defense, though Gunless now makes the back tank area safer. So we've got an opening now for the members of Seattle Surge to go for it. Skies right back in off spawn. And the dance right now, the footsies between Awakening and oh, he just dips a toe. That's just enough to get it done. Another big one there onto Loony. Awakening looking fierce. That's 2 in a row. Still, A point. Hard to break into. Streaks really help, let's be honest. Streaks incredibly useful in this situation. Awakening, he is a brick wall of defense right now, not letting anything through.
See Seattle right now, they're trying to flood at least 3 through brick. They actually want Prestinni to late flank through green. Unfortunately, they've been having problems getting trades, and Florida, not as many. All the trades come through. Prestinni even gets hunted. He tried to fly out green, just to no success. Not quite stacking up as a team, and Loony looking for some spawn kills, can't find a single one. Defense remains strong. The 4-life lead Seattle has now been dropped to just 1. Still though, they do have 42 seconds on the clock.
Whoa, Awakening finds another 2-piece in mid-map. He is just spoiling it right now for Seattle Surge. Slacked as well. It's a nice wombo combo between the two of them. Those AK-74Us ripping up the mid-map. Less than 30 seconds now remain. Seattle Surge need to find either 13 kills there onto the Florida Mutineers that time, or get themselves onto that A zone. And with 20 remaining, Awakening once again, 6 and 3 overall. The man is not letting them through. Doing everything he possibly can. Oh my word, he broke Loony's ankles. Oh my god! Big way! Oh, he's still going! The man is unstoppable. That's 4 in a row. He had no right to get 3 of those. Unbelievable stuff from Big Wake. Whoa!
Oh my god, just the dagger. I can't even follow up the excitement just because it's just devastating. Like, Seattle just had the perfect opening break. You get the kills, you set up for spawn kills, and then they had, what, 3 opportunities on the attack to flood the point, and just no one can get a trade. Someone kill Awakening, please. Pulling out some magic out of the hat for that final stretch. But again, he had the perfect opening break, 4-life advantage, and I think they end up being down by maybe 3 or 4 kills towards the end. Seattle, again, in control. It's just been a struggle. I think quite a few of the team pushes they had, well, sometimes they don't go as a full team. Quite a few times as players just getting picked left and right without trades. Their teamwork falls apart at certain times in these control rounds. Not an ideal start for them, and frankly, Awakening, he's on a 5 spree. He's looking for streaks now.
I just want comms. Oh my god, enough. Astro Gaming listening in Florida. Roll it. Oh my god.
I think I shot it. I don't see anything back left on
Yo, Joe, play the corner. I
heard one back left, I think.
They did it.
Where?
We're back left on me. I'm green. Yeah, fool.
Yeah.
He's here. Lights.
Lights on square. Square, watch out, myself. Literally one shot, clutch right there.
He's crouched. Green dead.
Nice.
One shot dead. Nice too.
I'm going point.
I'm one shot. I'm staying down. I'm gonna push.
He's on the streak. Fuck it. Get on point.
I'm on the point. He's on me. Push you down.
I got him. Nice.
No, I'm
to their spawn.
Yeah, I don't have a streak. I don't have a streak.
I'm on point. Just get ticks if we can. Four, stack.
Come sack fast. I'm spawn killing him.
We're missing one. He could pinch.
Come sack. I got artillery.
He's aLLeY or some shit.
I'll flash screen.
aLLeY.
In the alley. Cam weak as fuck. Top crate. Top crate. I got artillery.
Oh shit, go, guys.
I got artillery. Good shit.
Good fucking shit, bro. Oh my god.
You're the fucking greatest, bro. I might have took that shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right.
I'd like to get a teammate like Skies that gasses me like that after a big round win. How fast was that round, Chance? 28 seconds?
Oh, I don't know. I sneezed, and by the time I looked back up, it was over. But you're right, dude. If I was teaming with Awakening, I'd be saying the exact same thing, Dylan. I'd be like, you're the best. Whatever happened. Are you ego challenge with the 70-40? Should it? Yeah, does it matter? Absolutely not. The Fry, man. 14 kills to his name. And it was what? A 4 spree at the end of the previous round. And then he opens up the next one with like another 4 spree. 8 kills in what? 10, 15 seconds of actual game time. Talk about a force on the map. Florida They just want to bury Seattle in the ocean.
I mean, I worried that, like, look, Seattle, they're not great at control, but... And I thought, today's the day. I text TacRab. I was like, he was like, give me predictions like, today's the day the Seattle Surge win a control. Well, that was a lie. I say that, not over yet. We're not done out of here yet. Octane's trying to keep the B site alive. Sorry, B zone, excuse me. Loony's now trying to back up Gunless. Good opening now, opportunity for 2. There it is. He's actually going to go to A. I like that a lot, but Big Wake's over here, no problem. Loony is 3 in a row. These are big kills. Just a little too greedy, but nonetheless, I mean, the pressure is now off B for the time being. You got an opportunity to really capture the zone. Gunless with a finesse for as long as he possibly could. No more help to be had there, though, but there's still a chance looking at that minimap. I'm still saying for Seattle Surge, the play is to keep going in on towards A. The biggest issue you face, Awakening still has streaks. He can just wipe you off them like in a moment, like with a snap of his purple gauntlet. Oh, here it comes. It's not even for the point. He's going to just hit him on spawn.
This is Sky streaks as well, so that means they got extra in the back pocket. That's just helping on the life count here. This is a lot of things going wrong. Octane, well, he gets read by Skies, and at least for Mr. Bueno, he stays alive. The teamwork for Florida on point. The spawn trap set up, reared, and ready to go. And for Seattle, you're just stuck. You're getting caught up across. You don't have time. You're getting killed like that, not even checking your corners. Potentially devastating run in Awakening. Does not lose his one-on-ones. He is the one-man army.
Here they come. Gunless. Get inside, man. Octane is on the hunt for Big Wake. Can he find it? Awakening's by the flatbed truck. He's found another one on Loony. Octane's like, guys, I'll get him. I'll get him. I'll find him. I'll kill him. Oh, my God. I thought he was going to get away with that one. But yeah, okay. I'm already stood up, dude. This one's done. This one is over. Florida Mutineers. It was an absolute massacre on Garrison. Oh my God. Can we just see, I just want to see Awakenings round 2 again. I just want to see that. I mean, I'm all for
that very well could be like the highlight reel, right? It only lasted 30 seconds that round. It's too quick. We can show the entire thing. It's not a problem.
This is the whole round in the kill cam. Okay, well, that's 2-1 in the series. Florida. That's a nice lead to have. I think, again, for a lot of the pundits at home, everyone who's playing Pick'ems, I think you definitely saw that map going the way of Florida, but I thought Seattle may have managed to pull something special out, but it looks like the control woes continue. Oh my God. That man on your screen. Big Wake, Awakening. I mean, I said that Neptune dropped a Spirit Bomb on Gunless in the Search and Destroy. I mean, I don't know what that was, man. That was some evil anime move. Right, anyway, quick look at the stats now from Garrison. 6 minutes 21, a fast one, no doubt about it. Skies, 15 and 12, but Awakening, 20 and 7. I think he's now starting to put himself in the candidate for like MVP individual player. Like, he's just unbelievable. The team might not be having them as much success, but like as just one player, the dude is out of control. Chance, I think you know the vibe there. But yeah, we're gonna throw this one to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to another hard point. This is Seattle Surge's last chance here in the series to keep themselves going, force themselves to that search and destroy, and maybe see a difference maker. Florida, though, they're riding the waves high right now, looking to close this series out in 3. Oh my God, Awakening's a monster. We'll see you after the break.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance. We offer insurance that's made for the military community to help them easily protect what they've worked hard for.
It's our first CDL Major of the year, and to celebrate, we're handing out some awesome in-game rewards this Championship Sunday. Link your Activision and YouTube accounts and tune in this Sunday to earn 3 unique calling cards and a new salty emblem. The more you watch, the more you earn here on the COD League. Again, link them accounts, friends. If you haven't already done it, what are you doing? If you're having some kind of technical issue, just call your mate who works in IT. They can help fix everything. Myself and Chance, very, very excited, my friend, to get into this one. Hard points coming up, brother. But before we get there, let's have a quick look at some stats. We've got Awakening, because Awakening, right, Chance? And also looking at Neptune, who's had a nice impact here on this series. But, I mean, let's face it, man, like, Awakening, he's kind of stealing the show in a lot of ways.
Awakening has just been devastating. He has not really slowed down from his pace last year at all. Even just this series alone, I think he's almost like 10k damage for the respawns. Next highest in the lobby, maybe at 6,500. So he's been an absolute unit. And then Neptune on the flip side, well, respawns, he has been Mr. Consistent for the team, a hyper-aggressive SMG, but where I'm looking at Neptune, that S&D, that is a 1v4 that will be seared in my mind for that ace. It is not easy to clutch. He is doing that against veterans on Seattle. Admittedly, it wasn't good enough for the win, but if you can make plays like that, that is always going to be a factor. It's something that quite a few teams in the league right now just lack a little bit in Search and Destroy. It is those playmakers in the late tail ends of rounds for Search and Destroy. Neptune delivering at least just a little bit for now. Obviously for Florida, they still need one more map to close out this series. I
maintain that Neptune is going to be one of the up-and-coming players we're going to be talking about for a long, long time, alongside the likes of the Shotzys and the Simps. Dangerous players. It's that mechanical giftedness. All you have to do is just fine-tune those habits, those bad habits in-game, out of them, point them in the right direction, and when you've got a good supporting staff, getting that job done, surrounded by very good teammates and the likes of Slacks guys, and, you know, Awakening's a similar boat. Like, these guys are going to get only more and more dangerous. Very long and illustrious COD careers ahead of them. We are going to be getting into this game just shortly. We have had a slight technical issue with the lobby. It gets so close. I can see it. It gets so close sometimes. It says joining match, and then it's just, these things happen. We're going to get back to this one just ASAP. We're just as excited as you are, or in some cases, maybe more. We're going to have a very quick break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be able to dive into that hard point very quick. Again, this is for the win for the Florida Mutineers, the Seattle Surge. We're battling for that Game 5. We'll be right back after this. Call of Duty fans, behold, we're about to be treated to an absolute feast here in this series. Again, an elimination matchup now. Florida Mutineers, Seattle Surge, Florida. With a very, very narrow lead there. Again, it was a banging control there on Garrison. But now, Raid Hardpoint up next. The players just getting back into the lobby. If we have to go the distance, a Moscow Search and Destroy, which, let's face it, could kind of go either way. We've seen a lot out of Moscow. We, of course, saw Seattle Surge fall to the very, very famed performance from TJ Haley of the LA Thieves. It was as clean as you could like, but I would imagine you take a lot of learnings from that one. We're looking at that first hard point now. The stats on screen, this was all just non-stop, man. Like, the boys were slaying out. It was a real close one chance, but Raid's a very, very different map, you know, compared to Crossroads. So this could be a totally different, entirely different look for the hard point.
I mean, it seemed like Crossroads was just like, what, chaos incarnate, effectively just non-stop trades back and forth. You try to hold a hill, it gets broken immediately, spawns flip. It was just insanity. But I will say, coming in the day for Florida, their only hardpoint win was on Garrison, like over the course of the entire year. Seattle obviously fans that out, so this is going to be our first look. Paying attention to this team on Raid Hardpoint, we do not know what to expect. Of course, again, generally speaking, we know the ARs from both sides of the board are gonna get theirs. It's about which SMGs are able to perform better, and maybe Slack, honestly, pretty big factor. He had some nice plays and nice numbers in map 1. If you can keep up that pace, well, maybe they'll be good to go for the series. And on the flip side, well, someone for Seattle gotta make sure that they step it up, and well, take your pick. I mean, Loony's had some fantastic moments as well. Maybe he can be that guy. Maybe Gunless deliver another tried and true performance. We simply do not know, but if you look at any map advantage, you do have to lean at least slightly towards Seattle.
We're gonna have a quick look at our social soundboard powered by Astro now, and I've got no doubt about it. There are some big tweets flying around right now. Big Wig is different, says Lando. He is different. I mean, we all saw it. It was gross, mate. It was really gross. We did love it, but man, I'm just thinking more about the SMGs, you know, going back to what Seattle need to be doing, going back to our keys to victory. And Atura, I mean, you're biased as hell, man. Of course you're going to say he's the best in the game. You're super biased. You're more biased than these casters are sometimes. Bias, or was it, how do we spell bias again? I can't remember that meme, but whew. Big Wake, putting on a show for us. I'm trying to remember that, biased casters. Oh, that's right, B-U-Y-E-S-T, biased. There you go. That was the joke. Whew. Throwing it back to last year with the memes. But anyway, my point, Chance, was going back to our game fuel keys to victory as we continue to mess around in this time machine. It's the subbies. You got to drown them out. Like, that's what you have to see from Seattle Surge now. Prestinni and Loony, more big games out of them. They have been playing very, very well in this series so far. Control aside, there's not a lot you can do when Big Wake and the boys are just stepping on you.
And honestly, just to tail back to the tweet from Atura, like, he might be correct. We haven't had too much of a discussion on best player of the game, but this man absolutely needs to be in that conversation. Really just no poor takeaways. His S&D has been just ferocious this year. And even though this specific series, his S&D was lackluster, his respawns have been phenomenal. And obviously, well, just we spent the entirety of last year figuring out whether or not he was legit. He can do absurd things. I think as soon as in Call of Duty we took out the one-man army perk, well, Awakening just formed into it himself. He's been an absolute machine. Really, you can't give him enough credit. Of course, again, they are 1-4 on the year, so we say all these positive things about the player, but the team, of course, does need to start racking in some of the W's.
Yeah, we are talking about him like he's the be-all, end-all, but you're right. There's definitely some issues with the team in general, and again, we brought that up when it comes to the search and destroy. Like, if he's going so huge, that is there's a massive disparity between his kills and the rest of his team. So there's a lot going on there that, you know, I think the coaching staff, you know, Atura and Over2, like, they are, I don't know if they're scratching their brains or racking their brains to really get that one sorted out. But so far, a nice balanced effort we saw there on the checkmate, albeit for the L. But again, signs of improvement all around. Chance now, the raid hardpoint though, I don't know, like, we haven't seen Florida with no data to work with aside from maybe a couple of scrims, which I haven't seen. I don't think you've seen either. This could be a real favorite here for Seattle. That could be a huge shock for the series.
It certainly could. And again, forcing map 5 from Moscow, I think each of these teams have only played that map 5 once. One of the teams got beat 6-0 by the 100 Thieves, and the other team got beat 6-1. So they've gotten destroyed on Moscow one time apiece. So it's a guessing game, effectively, for map 5. We simply do not know. And even for Raid, somewhat of a similar story. We don't know what to expect from Florida. If you were to try to extract any information from the first map, well, Seattle was more on point with the rotations. They could not hold a hill. Well, on raid, it is a lot easier to hold some of these if you get there first. So maybe, again, just a small bump for Seattle.
Well, our social soundboard is presented by Astro's back, and it's Steph. She says, "Wake me up before you go. The boys dropping streaks and like what is 11 in a row. Oh, hey, big wake, we love your work. Keep it going here on Raid." And the game looks to be starting very soon, friends. I know. I mean, I feel like Seattle fans are just like, let's go, baby, game 5, let's go. And Florida's like, this is it. You know what I'm excited for most of all is probably the tweets from both teams afterwards. Shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to those on the Twitter account. Because my God, has it been fun all year long. And last year, let's be honest.
I mean, I'm certainly a meme fan as well. The meme stock has been rising throughout the years, but personally, I'm most excited for the map to be starting. I think we have done our due diligence. Again, obviously for Seattle, they're looking to force that game number 5. First hard point was within 15 points between the two teams. We're expecting it to be tight. Maybe instead of the SMG battle for Seattle, you just need to shut down Awakening, man. He has been a force to be reckoned with again. He is like 3,000 up on damage compared to everyone else in the lobby and the respawns. If you can't slow him down, well, that's going to be a wrap for Seattle.
See how they go. Oh, I'm cozy now. I'm in my chair. I'm all sat down, ready for some blistering Call of Duty action to be thrown our way. Slacked. Good stuff. 2 from him. Skies gets the last. That's going to be a solid chunk of time now for the hard point. Watch the push. A heads-up play from Slacked. Great work. Again, looking at that mini-map, we know where they're coming from. These players do not. It's educated guesses all round. But these boys have done their homework. A great start here from Skies. Come on, dude. Kill number 4. Challenge him. You're at 58 HP. Just challenge. Just do it. Just do it. Invest in your game. There's another kill on a Loony. He got it. He got it. Push now from Seattle as they get closer and closer towards the hard point. But you have to get through Skies. You have to get through Skies! Oh my God! What in the is this? What is... I'm done. I'm done. He's a maniac. His name is Cesar Skies Bueno, and he chose to invest in his game.
The best investment you could ever make as a player. There's 10. Go for the nuke. Why not? Get you your little nuclear calling card. Earn it in a pro match. Give him a bit more flavor. And look at the team player. Getting trophies in the hill. Getting the kills as well. Give it to him, Prestinni. There's number 11. He gets it before he gets shut down. Either way, job well done.
No! Slacked ended it, bro. No! Oh,
Hey,
God.
still 11-0, though. Doesn't count. 11-0. He's perfect. 12-0. Run it up.
Run it up. It doesn't count. Oh, my God. It doesn't count as a death. Nah, it counts. The streak's done, bro. The streak is done. The stats don't lie. Okay, aside from all this, like, we're loving Skies here, but this is an absolutely perfect start from the Florida Mutineers. Like, they have been holding out on us. On Raid, we're like, oh, we got no data on them. You know why? Because they've been in the labs under secret accounts, playing League play day and night. Scrimming against the finest that the internet has to offer, and they are disgusting right now. What an opening. Surge, though, will be able to tag this one up. Going into the next hard point, they've got solid control. Skies already have streaks. Jesus, man. Second point, I got streaks, baby. Oh, my God. Octane's all good. The car's not so much, but Octane, sweet position to be in. We all catch our breath. Surge now trying to make the comeback. Oh, the cars are not good. Skies doesn't even need to use his guns. What the hell are we watching?
We're watching the moment to see whether or not Seattle has any fight in them. Obliterated through the first 3 hills. They have an all right hold on the garage, but either way, they're going to be down by nearly 100 points going into new. And frankly, if you got to get past Skies, that is not ideal. First kill, easy for him, Loony. Finally, someone for Seattle figures out how to trade one of the ARs. On the side of Florida, but now Awakening, maybe it's his next turn, looking for some cutoff kills towards the hill. Spox Octane on the cross, and well, for Florida, might be able to just late flank and try to pinch on the hill, or maybe actually Sky's just going to call in the cruise.
Yeah, cruise is coming in. Well, Awakening just trying to clean out these players at the back, and Skies is going to land the 1. And again, he's going to put a lot of information there. Loony still has to chill there. He knows exactly where the contest is coming. Oh, go for it, dude. Nice pinch. Good stuff from Seattle. Going to keep the hard point there. It's good kills from Loony. Octane just gets taken down by Slack there, but that should be still kitchen in their hands. But Prestinni gets involved now as well. Good stuff all round. Seattle, they're getting back into this one slowly but surely. And man, this is a testament to Seattle's never die attitude that they've had all hard point long in the first. no matter what happens to them, no matter what Skies does on an individual level, they are still pushing this one back. True resolve, true professionals.
I mean, he is 19-5 though. That is just terrifying. Again, just the amount of confidence Florida has to be going into this map with. But either way, again, I think we saw it on the Crossroads, right? It was about a 70, 80-point lead that Florida built up. And, well, it came down to a 15-point game. Seattle made it dicey. Still a long way to go in this one inside the point. The clearance is there. Seattle gets inside. They get that clean 4 down. And now Awakening, well, he's going to be going on the late flank, but it looks like Prestinni might make the read. He takes care of Big Wake. The remaining players all through Art side. They're just walking into gunfire, and, well, you've seen what can happen in this spot. Skies is able to get 12, and, well, Looney's only able to get 1. But either way, you see the score. Seattle right back in it. They might even be able to tie this up after the first set of rotations.
Oh, dude, I mean, Gunless has started to, like, heat things up. Like, those individual wins, they make a massive difference. It's going to be 20 seconds, arguably, all going the way of the Mutineers. But right now, I mean, Loony and co, they're lined up, they're set up the next, getting ready to go back into the next set of rotations. And, like, you can't be disappointed. You have to think of the start that Florida had on this map. It was unprecedented. It was disgusting. To rebound from that. Rebound? To rebound from that. Who the hell says rebound? Sorry. To rebound from that is incredible. Now, Seattle with a hard point. It's gonna be a nice pinch, though, from all angles here from Florida. And, dude, it's Skies again!
Good God.
Oh! Dude, it's a 4. It's a 5. It is Skies all day and night. Unreal. And just like that, the hard points there. Unreal.
And he's not even like ego shot. Like, he's playing smart too. Only taking the gunfights he needs to. And he's got the clearance on one end. He's got his teammates for the support. So it's not just the fact that he has 28 kills to his name and he's looking for streaks once again. He's being smart while it's happening. And, well, just needs to bait out maybe one more teammate for the next kill. And again, he'll be double streaked out. And while he's doing this, his teammates are just winning the gunfights on the rotation just to try to set up for spawns. Unfortunately, Awakening does fall. Maybe not unfortunate at all. Slack's there for the cleanup kills. You keep the spawns, you got an 80-point lead. And this is number 7. Octane, well, shuts him down. No streaks for Skies, but does he even care? You got the hill time, a near 100-point lead. And obviously, the hottest thumbs in the world right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Arturo to tweet out he's the best in the game in just a minute now, but here we go. Octane, oh, unlucky from Big Wake there, slides on in, but that's the 204 now, leading the 110. That's a great break, though. They were really patient on that push. All things considered, Surge looking fine here. Let's keep the play going. 28 and 9 overall from Skies. Here comes number 29. There it is. Big, big stuff from him and the kills. The 30 is just around the corner, but still, you have to make the break here in the kitchen. Slip slides on through. Oh, boy! Oh, once again, Skies. I mean, the only thing that can kill him is Looney's trophy. That was the secret. Throw that out at the start, man. But what have you got here? You've still got scrap time going the way. Big Wake and Neptune, the subbies are just cleaning house. Surge, once again, though, on the rotate. He should be in a position to get this one. Gunless finds a nice 2-piece there on the players by Backcar. Prestinni pushing the players out through mid-map as well, so Looney's all over this one. This is a great look from Surge. You just have to hold it. Don't let the break be as clean as it was on Kitchen. And honestly, Seattle are right back in this.
Well, Slack, maybe the player working through weight room. You actually got Florida going for the pure map spread. If you're winning gunfights against Guys, you're feeling great, right? You take him down, you get a full 60 on the hill. So Gunless for the first one against Skies. Well, Looney's there for the second. Florida is still trying to put on the pressure, maybe for the break towards the end. Neptune able to find just 1 and 2 players hitting around through glass side. You got to be a little bit careful about not giving up the rotation, but 25 seconds on the scrap. Awakening is there, the break is in, and the game might just be theirs.
That could be it. That was an incredible bait there from Neptune. He slip slides on through, takes the shots. Awakening finds the kills. Octane now, get the break on. No, Slack's going to lock it down, hold it. Loony on the left side flank now. Here comes the opening. It's going to be Gunless and Prestinni. They find the kills. Looney's in on the time. It's a good bit of time. They need it all. It has to be perfect. Going straight across the basketball now. It's going to be Octane. But here come the Mutineers. This is it, baby. They put Octane in the dirt. Gunless, Loony falling to pieces. Seattle Surge have got nothing left in the tank. Florida, a massacre on raid. Secrets be damned. We had no idea what to expect, and none of us expected that.
And this is just what? Beatdown after beatdown. Skies clearly paid attention to Black Ops 4. The shot punch on point. The gunny quick reaction time. Disgusting. and someone, just someone trade him, man. Like, he's just killing everything in sight. Ridiculous performance out of him, the 12-0 start. Frankly, if it wasn't for the team kill, Skies has a perfect game. Yeah. And he definitely doesn't, but good lord, what a performance out of the young man. And anytime after that, I mean, we go on his kill just for a second. He's 180 world starring everybody.
Yeah.
Nice little cheeky smile on his face, dude. The investment paid off. Florida do not get eliminated. Hell of a series for them.
Hell of a series. Social soundboard presented by Astro, and yep, the timeline's on fire. Timeline's popping. Oh my lord, Caesar Skies Bueno is clearly invested heavily into his game. The Mutineers are all over it as well. I mean, I would imagine there is 7 million tweets out there right now. Something very similar. Everyone got to be getting involved on that one. Man, Skies, that was a ridiculous performance. It's so funny, like in the break chance, you said to me, like, man, I really see more out of Skies, dude. I was like, yeah, me too. I'd love to see more out of Skies. Oh my god, dude, did he pop off? There's your stats. 32 and 13 overall, 4,800 damage. I mean, all things considered, like, it was definitely a team effort. He was picking up a lot of one-shot players, but like, just to land those shots, like, you saw how crisp and pristine those 180s were, man. Like, it was just rancid. Either way, that's it. The series is done. Florida Mutineers, they will advance. And again, commiserations to Seattle Surge. There is definite improvements there. Control still needs to be worked on, but we will bid adieu to them here in the tournament. They will say farewell in our first major here in the CDL. And oh baby, what a series that was. Pulling the beard hairs out of my own mouth there. Well, friends, we have a Scuff player of the game, and you get one pick. Who do you pick? Just downright. Which play? I don't know. All of them? God knows. Scuff player of the game. Caesar, Skies, Bueno. What an opening. I don't think you could have asked for more.
I mean, that's 2 kills in like the span of a second. This is obviously the 6-0 start. I mean, he just gets like what, 2 quad feeds back to back in the span of 15, 20 seconds, whatever it's going to be. Just ridiculous performance coming in from him. Dude. And I will say, we were talking about just you need to shut down the SMGs on the flip side. Well, I think Skies and Awakening, mainly Skies in that last game, combined for 53 kills. 52, 53, something like that. They almost outslayed the entirety of Seattle Surge by themselves. I mean, just a completely nutty performance. And if you're Slack and Neptune, all you need to do is gas the continuous. Be like, you're the best, do that every time. This is going great. I love you, teammate. This is amazing. Because frankly, if you're shooting like that, there is not a lot many teams in this league can do. That is just ridiculous stuff. Or stuff, excuse me, from Mr.
like that.
Bueno. Work that one into the mix, but either way, just nutty stuff for them, and that's the exact kind of series they need to get the ball rolling, to get the vibes and confidence flowing for the duration of the first major that we have, because as good of a game as it was, they got a long way to go.
Long way to go. Well, this is your Major Tournament 1. This is the Thursday schedule brought to you by US Army. First up, it's the battle for Los Angeles. The LA Thieves going up against the LA Guerrillas. After that, Chicago OpTic, NYSL. We got Paris versus the Mutineers. Now that's locked and loaded. And we get a rematch for the Battle of the North. There it's going to be Minnesota Røkkr taking on the Toronto Ultra. After what was a wonderful day of games, man. I mean, that's one that's going to stick with all of us for a long time, I think. Those performances were terrifying. I imagine if you're Paris Legion, you're just watching that, and you're kind of like, oh, nah, really? Like, nah, bro, I'd rather play Surge at this point in time. Like, come on, Mutineers looking fire. That was deadly. But can you rely on individual performances from these players for how long in the tournament? But that just goes to show that's tournament time right there. This is the entire bracket overall. So the winner's bracket at the top, lower bracket down low. Again, if you lose in the elimination bracket, peace out, you're done there in the tournament. We already have had to say goodbye to the Royal Ravens after what was an incredibly exciting series to start the day. And that one from Surge, I mean, there's not a lot you can do. There really isn't much you can do. Mechanically, they were super sound. They were making good decisions all around in almost every game mode. That search and destroy was incredible. The first hard point was pretty tight. Control still needs work done. But man, Surge, I had him in my pick'ems. I'm not going to lie. I thought they were going to win this one 3-2. Idiot. After that performance, idiot. What about you, dude?
I mean, I would just say for Florida, we came into the year, just a lot of people had them like in and around the top 4 in their power rankings. Obviously, I think for everyone that kind of fell off, right? The 1-4 performance through the opening section of stage 1 that we had didn't look good. And a lot of players or people dropped them down in the power rankings. That looked like the top 4 team we were expecting. If they can keep that performance up, and again, S&D, they are still 1-5 overall. If they can just clean up some of those rounds that they have, if Neptune can continue to go big, I mean, this is a team that we're talking about how hard a loser's bracket run may be. They might have it in them.
That's a scary thought, man. Again, you keep going through those lower brackets like any other tournament. You get hotter and hotter, and by the time you roll the way over, it's going to be a dangerous end of the tournament. But we do have a bit of a fun one for you guys. We're going to show you Awakening's control round. Of course, he went on some tear. That's the best way to put it. It was some brutal stuff, and Chance, that was the stuff that, you know, things are. That's the magic, man. That's the real magic that things are made of. The kill on a Loony was one thing. God knows how he managed to get the last kill on Octane. Like, he must have been less than one shot, but what a snap that was. Unreal stuff. You know that we're talking a big wake after this one with Lottie. You know it, dude, but wow. Florida Mutineers, congratulations again. One hell of a series. You got me feeling great after that one. When we come back after the break, Lottie's chatting to Awakening. We hope you enjoyed the show, friends. We'll see you later. Hey, I don't think we could have asked for a better series.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Hello everybody and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight, and I have the man of the hour, the man of the day potentially. I've got Awakening from Mutineers. Awakening, man, first of all, I've got to give some love to your team because that was ridiculous. I felt like you guys were taking it in turns every single map to just turn up and do the most ridiculous stuff we've ever seen. Yeah. So a huge congratulations to all of you overall. But man, I got to talk about you here, Awakening. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I've got to gas you up because what you were doing in that final map was unreal. And I've got to know, is there anybody in the league that frustrates you at all? Because you are right up there right now, potentially in the race to becoming the best player we have in the league. So I want to know from you, do you feel like you have a chance of being the best player in the league? Does it feel that way to you?
That's not really up to me. I'll let everyone else decide that, but I just put in the time and put in the effort and I just do me.
What goes through your head in moments that we've just seen? Overall on that map, you know, you start just clutching up, you get a few pieces here and there, the streaks come through, but you just have such incredible awareness. What kind of goes through your head there?
I don't know, I just feel like in this game it's super easy to know where everyone's at all times, so like it just makes my job way easier, and like I obviously have the gun skill and the talent, so it's just pretty easy.
I love that. Just pretty easy, guys. You make me feel like I could just jump on now and just go and clutch up some pubs. But we've got some, of course, some tweets on the board as well. I mean, I'm up there. Look, I'm wide awake. Wake me up before you go. Big Wake is different. Wake's the best in the game. People are very loud right now over your Awakening because you really are changing things up, and it's some of the best Call of Duty we've seen in a long time. So keep it up, pal. Absolutely formidable.
Thank you so
I
much.
also have to know that obviously the other rest of your teammates have been also playing up to an incredible standard. Neptune, that ace, I've got to know, what are the comms like when you or Neptune or Skies or even Slacked start just going off like that?
In that ace, we were honestly just all mind blown that Prestinni decided to chuck the bomb like that, and then Neptune obviously just got the defuse, and I don't know, we were just all mind blown, honestly.
I love that. Well, tell you what, you've left us all mind blown after today, and we're very excited for your next step into the bracket. I wish you the best of luck and a big congratulations for your first hurdle in our first major. Well, there you have it, guys. We're going to head to a quick break right now, but when we come back, we're going to be breaking down everything that we have just seen. We're going to start another fire on the desk versus Study and Nameless, because we've got to find out how they're feeling about their potential picks, and the bigger one, who's going to be winning this entire major. We'll be talking all of that and more right after this.
They say credit belongs to the man in the arena who spends himself in a worthy cause. The glory is reserved for the few who, no matter what, answer the call to enter the arena. It echoes out, reverberating across the globe. It only acts to reach the bold, never the timid. The call delivers victory to the deserving and rewards the devoted. For when your time comes, there is only one option. Enter the arena. Fight for the call.
It is the first day of the first major, and we will be crowning our first ever major champion by the end of this week. And talking about firsts, we'll also have our first winner of this Nameless versus Study saga that has been going on all day and through both of our matches. I'm very eager to find out who's going to be taking this top spot today. Easy, huh? Do you know what, gents? We've obviously had an incredible day of Call of Duty. We said goodbye to a few of our teams now. It's very, very sad, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles up in here. And we've had Ultra and Mutineers move on forward into the tournament. I've got to know from both of you, gents, which team that has won today has a better chance of pulling an upset tomorrow. I want to know from you, Nameless. Talk to me.
I think it's got to be the Mutineers. The way that we just saw them play, I mean, Skies has finally arrived. He's been underperforming throughout all of stage one, and then today he said no more. It's tournament time. I'm going all out. And he went in, man. He turned up on that last map to put a stamp on the series. Awakening, who's been one of the best players we've had in our league throughout all the stage, continued his greatness in this match. I mean, that control was next to perfect, right? So a couple mistakes in the search and destroy, like it could have went their way. So I think they have a great chance at continuing this run.
Yeah, and for me, I'm going to have to go with Nameless as well. Florida, they played unbelievable today, man. A team that started off 1-4 throughout the first stage of the first couple of matches throughout this last couple of weeks. You got to be feeling good for them, man. They came in and looked like a complete team today. Every single map, there was a different player stepping up when they needed to the most. Awakening on the control. Skies on the hard point. Neptune in the search and destroy. And, oh, man, just talking about this team, man, it's so scary because obviously I didn't pick them to win today, but they're really scary, especially if they have the ability to make it through that losers bracket run.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm on the same page with you guys. I think, honestly, the way that they rotate each player to be a superstar in each game that we saw today was just ridiculous. The fact that they can all do that and have that ability behind them is just amazing. And I think an upset could definitely brew from that. So, hey, look, we need some life vests up in the CDL because I think there's a team that's in trouble of drowning over here.
Goodness,
we'll see.
buddy.
I tell you what, though.
Dad jokes.
I've got to. It's what I'm made of, man. You can't stop the train, dude, when it's left the station. Now, Nameless, obviously, you guys and Study have been going toe-to-toe against each other on and off cam, and I got to know what has been going on between you. So, we did have the pair of you, I believe, choose Ultra to win. Am I right in thinking that?
Yes.
Okay. But this game that we just saw was a little different. So, who had Mutineers and who had Surge?
Come on now, you already know I had the Mutineers. He picked Surge. He was delusional. And it's just like our playing days. Like regular season, Jay was there. When it's tourney time, he's nowhere to be found. I caught the dub day one, and it continued throughout the week. And I'm going to talk trash. How it goes, man. I mean, right there.
Okay.
Dang, there goes the graphic. Put it up.
Wow.
Oh, we love that.
That graphics looks terrible.
We got a graphic,
beautiful
This is
graphic.
happening.
I'm going to make
Study,
that my aBeZy.
Study, come on.
Yeah, you see that? Finished
Come on,
second
give me
5
something.
times. You see that right there on the bottom? It's real nice and small, but I finished second
I
5
have
times.
two, though. Like, you were on my team for a couple of those. So.
Yeah, I know, and I also beat you a lot more than you beat me. We need that
Oh, that
stat
graphic is
ASAP.
just beautiful, man. We love that. Wow.
This is
production.
fantastic. I'm really sad to see that Study has the white bar on the Pick'ems points. That sucks. But tell you what, Jay, we're gonna try and hype you up a little bit on the desk. Let's try and get some of those in the bag here, okay, for the Call of Duty League. We got this, man. Tell you what, we need to head to the US Army schedule right now because we need to see what is coming your way tomorrow. And I'll tell you right now, it is stacked. We got LA Thieves versus Los Angeles Guerrillas. We got Chicago versus New York. We got Legion versus Mutineers. And we got Røkkr taking on Ultra. This is how the bracket is going to work for our Thursday. It's going to be pretty epic, actually. We've got some banger of matches in there. Literally looking at like OpTic, New York Subliners. Just ridiculous.
Surprise there.
And then obviously we have our fan picks. Yeah, major surprise, Nameless. Like, big surprise. I mean, Chicago at the top of the leaderboard. Who would have thought, Nameless?
Oh, yeah. You know what is kind of surprising? LA Thieves only having 5% of the fan vote. It's a bit surprising to me. You know, even though they did lose that last match, like they had an incredible couple of weeks. I would think more people would have voted for them to win. But, you know, the top 4, pretty much on point.
Yeah, I think top 4 are not bad there. What do you think, Study, of FaZe being second to OpTic Gaming right there with your pick?
I like that because I chose FaZe to win the entire thing, man. I know they probably don't have enough fans as much as OpTic does, but it's definitely up there, man. Second place, you got to be feeling good. I'm excited to see them play tomorrow on Friday.
Me too, and I tell you what, with that, folks, I'm going to go to bed right this second because I want to wake up and I want it to be day 2 of this major. So I'm going to have to sign off right now. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, as always. Day 1 is in the books. Day 2, just one sleep away. We will see you guys bright and early tomorrow.
I'm smoking Nameless tomorrow, I promise.
I doubt it.
Boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. God dang, Ultra are looking fine. The battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Strong start from Toronto.
Brad wins another big one. Oh my word! Ultra close it out. Florida Mutineers, brilliant players all round. It's all on a slack. This is it.
Just straight up winning the gunfights.
Now it's looking a bit spicy. Skies on a rampage right now. Run, Florida. This could be huge. Big weight.
Awareness level 99 for Awakening.
And Neptune starting to look a bit nasty. Welcome to the COD League, young man.
Florida just pulled out some magic to make it happen.
And what a show they're putting on for us.